FDA. Heavy metals in baby food are known to be severe neurotoxins, and exposure to them at a young age can cause lifelong brain damage and neurodevelopmental disorders like autism and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. If you fed baby food to your child and they were later diagnosed with autism, autism spectrum disorders, or ADHD, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call today for your free consultation, 800-653-9716. Don't wait. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-653-9716. That's 800-653-9716. Again, 800-653-9716.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Kelly here with AC by J. It's hot and everyone expects me to talk about AC, but you know about our award-winning AC service. Did you know we do plumbing too? Whether you have a slow-draining sink, stopped-up toilet, a leaky faucet, or want soft water, you can trust the professionals at AC by J. We have plumbing down. Looking for upgrades, tankless water heater, or whole home systems, drains, mainline, or slab leaks? We have you covered. Call AC by J at 602-609-7664 or go to acbyj.com. Service you can trust, from our family to yours.
Don't let your kids get fooled by the people they meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but those strangers are using their relationship to deal drugs to your kids. If you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Find resources at talknowaz.com. Don't let your kids get fooled. Talk to them. And visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And since it's Thursday, we're joined by Ralph from Harman Solar in the Harman Solar Studios in Oklahoma City. I believe that's in Oklahoma.
That is.
If I'm not mistaken.
Are you sure? Kansas City is not in Kansas.
I knew he was in Oklahoma because when he stepped away for a second, we saw his NASCAR racing office chair there.
I see. Okay.
I knew for a fact that's where
what
he
does
was.
Oklahoma have to do with NASCAR?
I just would imagine there's a lot of fans there. I'm guessing. Am I right, Ralph? Do I win a prize?
You'd win a big prize.
There you go. And listen, there's two things I know about Oklahoma. A lot of NASCAR fans, and don't ever get a haircut there. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
So, yes, Ralph is joining us for our Harman Solar NFL Fan Pick'em picks. And, of course, a little bit later, Rosalie Michaels will join us at 5 o'clock to go ahead and answer all your fantasy football questions. I say this, and then I say another thing, and nobody friggin' listens. But I'm going to tell you this. Don't send the questions until 5 o'clock because we're not going to answer them for you. So, and I'm not going to save your text. So,
why not? You're second place in the league. You obviously you have some knowledge of the fantasy football. Why don't you go out on a limb? Step out there a little bit and answer some of these fantasy football questions.
Well, when we did that thing where we said, "Hey, Rosalie, we'll answer your fantasy football question," and the advice I gave her was dead damn on when I told her to use Otten, and he killed it that week. So, listen, I'm not an expert. I'm pretty damn good. And I can work a waiver wire. You know what I'm saying? That's what won me the game. A lot of luck and being good on the waiver wire. But outside of that, that could have gone very easily the other way.
You're going to win again this week.
No, see, don't be like that. You were second place for the longest of time.
Glug.
And you're just such a negative Eeyore fantasy football player.
Glug.
You're not going to drown, Red.
Glug.
even if I beat you, you are still a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs.
Oh, please.
Aren't we all still in the playoffs?
Oh my God.
No, we're not in the playoffs yet.
I mean, but all 4 of us are all still in position, right?
No. Well, not all of us.
Not all of us.
Who
I'm,
didn't-
I'm just outside.
Keon.
Keon's on the outside
looking
in.
inside.
You're
Yeah.
outside again. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but there's a couple weeks before the playoffs for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. That starts in week 14. So,
So next week.
or is it 15? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. But whatever the case is, if you see, hey, look, it's playoffs, that's when we're doing it. I don't care. But anyway, so that's what's happening today. This is week 13, right?
It is.
That's
13.
what they tell me.
Mhm.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I had that straight. Week 13 of the NFL. Don't forget to check your lineups. I'm sure I don't got to tell you guys that. All you people in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues, check your picks. Make sure your picks are straight. And this is I don't know if this is a harder week to do the picks or last week was a harder week because whenever you've got some evenly matched teams, whether they're crap teams or good teams, then it gets a little dicier, and you got to keep your eye on what is happening with the players and the teams. We'll have an update for you on some of the injuries and stuff like that you need to consider while making your picks or picking your lineup. We'll do that a little bit later on. Right now, let's just get things started. This is the first day of December. And like I always say, don't forget to pay your rent.
Yes. It's very important.
You got to remember to pay your rent. You don't need them late fees. I've been doing that for my entire radio career. And people are like, come on, Jeffrey, we're not children. We know what day it is. But inevitably, somebody always pops up and goes, oh, Jesus, thank you. Thank you. Oh, my God.
I am.
Yeah. So don't forget to pay your rent. It's December. A lot of things to look forward to in December. In sports, lots of NFL action this month. We got a bunch of those Saturday lineup games that, that go on, college football bowl games for the people who love all 103 of those. That starts December 16th, right? That's when the bowl games start. Or is that when the playoffs start?
December 16th? That's the bowls?
That's the bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you saw a thing where they've expanded. They went ahead and made it official. They've expanded the college football playoffs to 12.
Well, they were waiting on the Rose Bowl to sign their contract. Rose Bowl didn't want to do that. They wanted tradition. They wanted, Big 10 versus Pac-12.
Mhm.
So,
And of course, this soccer thing, that's going to go for a while. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah, till the 20 something.
It's either going until the 18th or a fiery stampede of death and destruction and a riot. I think that is one or the other, whichever comes first, right? Or do they just keep going no matter what?
So do I do my report now? Is from live from Qatar?
All right, I've already told you. We've
Randy
already
White reporting.
We already got.
Hello, Jeffrey. Can you hear me? There's a huge delay.
First off, you're not in Qatar. You're
United
right
States
across the table. I can
What?
throw the thing at you and hit you.
I see.
Second, I told you we already have the updates. Once an hour from Westwood One.
So I don't have to do that again.
No, we do not need you to do that. But thank you, I appreciate that.
So I I jotted a few things down, and I didn't have to do that.
Did you really jot a thing down?
Well, I was sitting at lunch with you, taking notes mentally.
Yeah, we were at Barrow's Pizza, and some maniac had soccer on the screens, and we had nothing else to look at.
Yeah, they put every screen on the soccer game.
Mm-hmm. And we watched the Japanese were
Japanese playing the Spanish,
running around with the Spaniards. And then, I don't know, it was Croatians or I don't know what the hell.
No,
they
Bill
were,
Belichick is Croatian. He had the Croatian flag on his arm.
Some Dutch people. I don't know.
No, there was no Dutch.
There's no Dutch. The U.S. is playing the Dutch on Saturday.
On Saturday.
I don't know what's happening. All I know is a lot of running around and nothing happening. And we did notice one thing about soccer that was interesting. We just happened to be there at that weird moment when somebody scored a goal.
Huh?
Actually, we saw 2 goals.
And I thought that was just a replay. So,
wow.
So all of a sudden they're like, hey, we made a goal. And then everybody runs over to the guy who scores the goal. And they all jumped on him. A big dog pile. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to murder this guy. And then we kind of realize it's kind of funny that, they celebrate and the entire team jumps on him and but if anybody just grazes by that guy on the field, he's going to go, down on the ground.
Down he goes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of thinking maybe they're not being honest, about those injuries.
You're not implying that the players would be faking some sort of injury.
I know you're not telling me flopping happens in soccer.
Not in soccer.
Next, you're going to tell me that LeBron James never flops. Yeah, that's what you're going to tell me
Never.
next.
I have a
Never.
feeling they might not be honest.
Oh,
That's all I'm
my
saying.
God.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, everything is just, oh man, the whole thing is just falling apart around me now.
Well, anyway, so that's what's going on. It's December. Welcome to December, and now the stark realization: people, I've invoked the "don't forget to pay your rent" line, and then that is followed by December for. Oh my God, there's only 25 days till Christmas. Yeah, you better get your shopping going. There's only a certain amount of time before that thing ain't going to get there until, like, say, mid-January if you're not careful. So you better get going with that.
You don't do the online thing?
Oh yeah, but you also got to get it done by a certain time for it to end up there.
Not if you're, an executive member like I am.
Well, I think everybody here is an Amazon Prime
I'm
member.
an executive, member.
I don't think it matters.
I get, this afternoon shipping.
You get free shipping, but not everything is going to go out when you want it to.
Hell's bells. I could do my shopping in about 30 minutes.
All right. Well, you do you, man. You do you. But for the rest of us mere mortals, we probably better get to work. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Thursday. I've returned home after my vacation to Bellingham, Washington and Vancouver, British Columbia. Man, is it rain and snow a lot up there? Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it's up there. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know, George.
You didn't know that, George?
That's what happens up there. A lot of that. King Kitten says, hey, Rando, Flacca's leg looks fantastic. Flacca's legs look fantastic?
Did we just launch something?
I don't know.
Flacca's legs.
Flacca's
legs. Who the hell is Flacca?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who is it? Keon, is that?
I don't know.
Wow, you've stumped us all. Congratulations.
King Kenton says, listen, if you own a home, you have 9 days until you're late. Don't monkey around with that. Get your mortgage in too.
Yeah, earlier is always better.
Jagdog says, Jeffrey, rent is for poor people. Pay your mortgage. I'm just saying, rent, mortgage, in my brain, it's the same thing.
In this market, I got news for you, pal.
There's a lot of renters.
If you're paying rent, you are well off, my friend, because the rents are out of this world.
Well, if you're paying rent, you are still poor, even if you can afford the rent. Cardinal Art says, just sparked up the old Weber. Going to grill, smoke some ribeye steaks along with all the fixins. May I please have a cold one, Randy, and a shot of your finest whiskey.
Absolutely. There you go.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, hey, it's me, Heavy Metal Maniac. In case my name don't come up. Well, it's actually behaving right now. So, and by the way, the process, the payments have been made. Changes are afoot, so hang in there, guys.
People have been talked to.
Oh yeah, people are always getting talked to. Charlie Boy says, "Hi guys, Jeffrey, Randy. Randy is always right because he's friggin' Randy White. Pour me a usual drink, please and thank you, Mr. White." That's not always absolutely correct.
I love Charlie Boy.
So, Mr. Pringle says, "Flopping in soccer."
I know, right?
He says Kyle Lowry would be great at soccer. Good Cat says, gentlemen, has LaDouche James flopping increased since he bought that soccer franchise? It's about the same as it's always been.
He was already a very high level flopper to begin with. So,
by the way, how about them Lakers, huh? Hey, Ralph, how about them Lakers? Yeah, 13th in the West, last in the Pacific Division, 1 game win streak. Looking good.
They've won like what, 5 out of 7?
Looking good, Ralph. Feeling good, Jeffrey. Lakers.
5 out of 7 to get to a resounding 8-12.
Well, you had a bad start. It's like a bad marriage. You get down from it. It's okay.
It's that bad start of yours is going about 3-4 years, is it?
And it's All right. Can we talk USC? Let's talk Lakers.
No, actually, we're going to talk about your other favorite subject, Phoenix Suns. Last night, that dominating win over the Bulls. All right, I get it. It was just the Bulls, but still, holy crap. Devin Booker just went 8 bleep on you. DeAndre Ayton still getting it done, looking good. Phoenix as a team shot 58% in the first half, all the way around. Booker's second 40-point game in a row. Listen, this team is in fuego. This team is firing on all cylinders. And the Lakers aren't. So,
does it matter? I mean,
feels good. Hey, and listen, you got at least the Seahawks win last weekend to help make you feel better, right?
They lost.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Wow. Did you really want to
boy.
talk about it? Really?
I'm sorry.
A Colt fan?
Listen, I'm happy. The Colts are finally back to business of tanking.
Well, we're
Finally.
tanking too.
We're not tanking.
Well, look at our Broncos pick. We have a top 5 pick right now.
You got
No,
you got
you-
2 first-round
right.
picks. I was looking at
Yeah,
the
you-
draft
you-
order today.
You've outsourced your tanking. is
Yeah.
what's happening.
Exactly. We're
You're
outsourcing.
getting
We're
other
smart.
teams to tank for you.
You're picking
yeah.
5 and 20 right now, I think.
Nobody said that old Petey wasn't smart. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Old Sneaky Pete.
Sneaky Pete. Heavy Metal Maniac says, well, guys, I had my colonoscopy today. Came back with a clean bill of health. Guys and gals, just remember, get that rear end checked.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
Get the no-go hole looked at. Make sure the tunnel is clear of any traffic.
Wow.
The
Or
no-go hole?
Or the channel, as some people like to call it, the channel.
Yeah, the no-go hole. Like, that's why you want a proctologist with small fingers. Big George says, hey, did you see that Germany? No, we didn't see it. We didn't see it, man. We're not watching soccer. There was like a few moments we kind of looked up at the screens.
Yeah.
A lot of it was spent with, does somebody have a remote control? And then we went back to the station.
I mean, you're not
So,
watching any soccer?
No.
Come on.
I'm not a hypocrite.
They
The
threw us
U.S.
out.
team?
No. Hey, listen, I'm all, yay, go for it, boys. But I'm not going to be phony and watch soccer if I don't want to watch soccer. Doesn't mean I don't support the United States of these Americas. I just don't care about soccer.
Okay.
I mean, what do you want me to lie?
Communist. No, it sounds communist, but it's okay.
It sounds communist.
Oh, crap. He's got me wearing a red shirt today, too.
Yeah, there you go. You're damn communist.
Good Cat says, hey, could you play Burn in Hell Lakers, the long version?
Oh,
Just to
geez.
rub it in there
Um,
for old Ralph.
Burn in hell, Lakers.
Sure.
Burn in hell, Lakers. Sunday knocks you out again. Won't be in the postseason, but Sunday knocks you out again. Sunday knocks you out, so burn in hell.
And it's going to happen again. Mark my words. King of Kitten says, Flaca Yagordo on Univision. She looks fantastic. We don't have
What?
the Univision. We're
what the hell?
it's a sports station.
Yeah, we're big United.
I like that he said her name like we knew right off the top
Who?
who
I
she
think-
was.
I
It's,
think-
oh yeah, no, I
think what it is a show where there's a skinny person and a fat person. I think that's what I'm getting from that much Spanish that I know.
Flaca
And there's a
Igordo?
fat guy and a skinny gal, maybe. I don't know. But thanks, King of Kittens.
Wow.
Big Kev says, Randy, just want to hear your thoughts on some rumors from NASCAR land.
Yeah.
Oh, this is probably going to involve you too, Ralph, because you're in Oklahoma City there.
Wow.
Yep, definitely.
A report from a site called Racing News spoke about a possibility of NASCAR teams holding exhibition races in the future without NASCAR sanctioning. Would basically be what golf was like when the golfers broke from the PGA Tour there and jumped onto the LIV or LIV. This is believed to be a negotiating tactic by the Race Team Alliance for the next contract deal with the NASCAR.
Yeah, I don't think that I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think these race teams are going to go out and do these exhibition races. And I think as long as they have a contract with the NASCAR, the sanctioning body. Now, if the sanctioning body and the race teams don't decide to sign a new agreement, then something potentially could happen. But I think it would be very hard for these teams to get together the capital that they need to get these venues. Remember, NASCAR owns a good chunk of the racetracks already. So NASCAR is not going to let these teams just go out there like outlaw and run on their racetracks. That's not going to happen. So,
Well, there's some roundabouts by my house. I could arrange it.
well, I mean, just the way they're starting to race on the streets. I mean, why not just come to downtown Phoenix and race through the middle of the city? You know, I mean, it would be stupid.
Is it just me, or do you think when they started putting roundabouts in here in the valley that you'd be like a lot of dead old people? You know what I'm saying? It's just like piles of cars just off to the side. But yeah, much of the old people's credit. I haven't seen any dead old people in roundabouts.
Well, that's good.
One time when they first built that one roundabout by my house, I got in it and I just kept going around and around and around. Everybody stopped in every direction because they were scared.
Mm.
It's like, if you really knew how to use this, I'm not a problem. You're the problem.
Yeah.
And I did get a letter from the homeowners association.
Well,
Anyway, Sheriff Tom says, witness history last night at the Suns game. Was able to get row 4 Ultra Club seats. Unbelievable, once in a lifetime game.
wow, Sheriff Tom.
Great night with Mrs. Sheriff Tom.
Who do you know? Was it like Big Steve? Did he give you his tickets? Or
That's pretty nice there, Sheriff Tom. Good
Yeah.
for you, man. Charlie Boy says, well, at least the Arizona Cardinals aren't tanking this year. Not on purpose. That's the sad thing. But they'll get some good draft picks if it keeps up. Thunder Snow.
Will they know? Will they? If
Yeah, they should.
If Steve Keim is still in the
Oh,
GM
right.
chair, will they?
That's true.
They could have the first overall pick.
He's
will
like,
they?
We got a kicker. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great.
Oh,
Good for
yeah,
you.
thanks.
Nicely done. Thunder Snow says, I love the long version of Bird and Hell Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
We all do. Pinocchio says, Randy, please pour me a double as I prepare for the Patriots victory tonight.
Okay.
Well, we'll see if we all agree with you in the next hour. That is when we're going to do our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks. I do want to say congratulations, at least so far, the Arizona Coyotes. They got the vote last night from the Tempe City Council to go ahead and build a 16,000 seat arena. And here's the thing that's interesting. 1.9 billion of that money privately funded, which means that it's going to cost 2.1 billion. So they want the 0.2 billion dollars, which was that 200 million? Is that what 0.2 billion is?
I believe it is.
I think it's okay. We don't do math here, but that there's still going to be taxpayers on the hook for it. So now Tempe has to vote on it. You know what I'm going to say about this is, hey, if you can get the 1.9, can't you just get the whole thing? I think everybody would rally behind Alex Murillo if he just paid the whole damn bill and just left the taxpayers out of it.
I don't know that he has that kind of money. I don't know that
he has
that
1.9 billion. He can't get 2.1.
Well, again, I don't know that's
Trust
his money.
me,
I
if
don't
you
know.
can get 1.9, you could rally up the 0.2.
All right.
I mean, I know I can.
Well, that's you though. Maybe you should.
You
maybe
are
you should
speaking
jump
for
in
yourself
on the ownership of the Coyotes.
I ain't paying for that crap.
And there you go.
So, a lot of interesting stuff about that. We'll talk about another day because we got plenty of days ahead of the May 16th voter referendum. And and they are looking for a 30-year non-relocation agreement in this situation. So Morello's like, we're staying here. We're doubling down on staying here. We ain't, and NHL is staying here. So I'd say this is good for Tempe. Maybe it is worth the $0.2 billion of whatever taxes they put on this. You know,
the $200 million.
I always hate when they do this. I mean, leave the taxpayers out of it. Just let's do business, you know, but whatever. What do I know? Anyway, so we got plenty of time to argue over that. Right now, we have to take a break. And when we come back, I will fill you in on a bunch of NFL stuff to help you with your picks and to help you with your fantasy football lineup. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brian Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
World Cup in Qatar, the United States taking on the Netherlands on Saturday. It is the knockout round single elimination tournament. The United States plus 180 to beat the Dutch. The Netherlands minus 225. College football, the Pac-12 championship game will take place on Friday in Las Vegas. Number 4 USC taking on number 12 Utah. The Trojans are ranked number 4 by the College Football Playoff Committee. Utah ranked 12. USC favored by 2.5 points, minus 150 on the money line. Utah plus 125. The over-under in Las Vegas, 67.5. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/find. That's ZipRecruiter.com/find.
There's no doubt that Harmon Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck? Well, those days are over, pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I just got a message saying, is it true? Is Antonio Brown in a standoff right now? I know they have a warrant out for his arrest, misdemeanor domestic violence, but if anybody, I don't see anything on that screen right there, I just checked my Twitterverse, so if anybody knows about it, let me know. Can't say I'm surprised. I don't know what the situation is about at all, but I mean, you hear, hey, Antonio Brown, he's they got a warrant out for his arrest. Is anyone surprised? Is anyone going, oh my God, Antonio Brown?
Not Antonio. I never would have guessed.
How does that happen? So
the upstanding individual Antonio Brown that he's always been.
So I don't know if that's a thing or if that's just a rumor, but the truth of the matter is there is a warrant out for his arrest. So, okay. 888-368-1580. And King of Kitten says, Randy, pour me a drink, please. This is one time on a first date in Scottsdale. I took her on the roundabout at Northsight and Raintree about 10 times. I got lucky and a second date, but I didn't get a third. Yeah, that's a lot of information there, King of Kittens.
Wow.
But probably don't do that with the roundabout. Pippi No Stocking says, while you're talking about football, ask Ralphie Boy what happened in his first Pee-wee football game that caused him to punch a fellow player out.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, what the hell's that all about, Ralph?
What's going on, Ralph?
Well, I can tell you that I was a center, and quarterback came behind me, and I wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm. Big boned, eh?
Yeah, he put his hand somewhere, and I turned around and slugged him. True story.
And how old were you on that one?
Oh gosh, maybe 5.
So you're like, no, you don't, sir. Bow.
Yeah.
Do I know you?
His hands were a little cold. So.
Had you guys not practiced?
Not that. It was everything was from it was a shotgun thing, and all of a sudden the guy came up on me, and I was just like, that ain't happening, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened after that? Were you thrown out of the game, or did everybody just
No,
think it was funny?
They had to explain it to me, I guess you would say. They pulled me aside and said it was okay. And
you're like, it's not okay.
Yeah, you don't need to be touching my junk, dude.
Wow. Well, if he was touching your junk, he was a little bit too deep in the pocket, if you know what I mean. Hey, let's get this done and out of the way so we don't run out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1924, the first professional hockey game in these United States was played at the Boston Bruins, defeated the Montreal Morons 2-1 at the Boston Arena.
Morons.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a smudge in my glasses. That's Maroons. The two teams had just become members of the 7-year-old NHL, which previously consisted of only teams in Canada. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to watch out for them shifty Canadians. That's all I'm going to say about that. So there you go. Thank you very much, Big George. All right, before we get to the injuries and the other newsy NFL notes that we have to think about for our picks and our fantasy football, what do you guys make of this Kyler Murray, Patrick Peterson go back and forth? Both these guys are idiots, but who do you believe? I always say somewhere in the middle, the truth can be found. But boys, everything that Patrick Peterson is saying kind of rings true, don't it? But what Kyler Murray came back and said, also fair. Well, what do you guys think? I mean, do I need to explain it? Everybody already heard the story, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think there is some truth to both sides of this story. I think that Kyler Murray is a bit self-focused. Obviously, by the way he went about his contract negotiation, and his stupid agent, who's not so stupid now because he actually got the money, but the way they went about it, I mean, he would be self-focused. On the other hand, Patrick Peterson has a lot of stones to come out and start bad mouthing a franchise that was really pretty damn good to him. So just because we didn't re-up you again, old man, doesn't mean you got to go out there and start trash talking everybody. Why don't you talk to Kyler Murray man to man?
No, I 100% agree with everything Kyler Murray said, except for this isn't true. You know,
Nice.
he says, this isn't true. You on some weird bleep. You got my number. If you really felt like this as a big bro or mentor, which alludes to the idea that that's what Patrick Peterson said he was or tried to be to him in the early days. You supposed to call me and tell me, not drag me so your podcast can grow. Fair point on that. But old Patrick Peterson, he's got some issues. You know what I mean? He's got some residual problems between him and Keim and the organization and everything you just said, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, for him to turn this, he's just he's just lashing out like a child.
Well,
he's just upset at everything Cardinals.
And part of it too, because we've just entered this, and I don't know exactly when it happened. I just woke up one day and we entered this very bizarre world, where athletes have podcasts.
I thought you were going to say this very bizarre world where Patrick Peterson was suddenly good again. That's where I thought you were going.
Listen, that would be an upside down of a bizarre world right there. No, he has a podcast now. So all of his grievances and all of the baggage he's been carrying, here's an opportunity to put it out there. And the thing is, if it's volatile enough, if it's incendiary enough, people will listen to it. And it's actually making him money to be a bitter old guy right now.
So here's what I saw a week ago on Monday Night Football. Where wasn't the Cardinals on the Monday Night Football a week ago? Where were they on?
Yeah.
Monday night. And so they're on the Monday Night Football, and they're talking about Kyler Murray's immaturity and this and that, and whether or not he was a leader in the locker room. And Larry Fitzgerald was sitting there all quiet, like, he was not saying it. Larry's a classy guy. So he was sitting there. You could tell he's just kind of looking at the line like, oh, God, please don't go to me. Please don't go to me. And when they did go to him, he deflected, from saying anything direct, and just he talked about, the situation and other things. He never really specifically addressed Kyler Murray. When somebody else was sitting there bashing him, you saw him sitting there trying real hard not to shake his head. A couple times he was like this. Like he was clenching to not nod in agreement. And so what he did do was say an awful lot of nice things about Colt McCoy. He went on and on about Colt McCoy and his leadership skills, his attention to detail. And, a lot of people behind the scenes have said that Larry just went ahead and stepped up off the game because he just had no faith and didn't really like or believe in Kyler Murray. And remember, we all speculated about that too, but Larry still classy enough to never say anything. So now you got Patrick P saying that. Okay, he's got his motivations. And you got Kyler over here. And then we have our own eyeballs for what we've seen from Kyler. And then you got Larry. Larry would have the most credibility of anybody in this conversation. He was in the locker room. He has played with both these guys. Larry has the most credibility. And I think he said a mountain of things with saying nothing at all.
Well, and that's Larry's character. He doesn't have to say it. He doesn't have to be loud. And he doesn't have to speak over the noise. Everybody listens when Larry talks. He doesn't have to talk very loud because he's got that great character. He has that great integrity and that great work ethic. So everybody believes what he says. And by him not saying anything,
says something.
Yeah.
Hey, look, my mom always used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And that's where he went with that.
That was your mom that made that up?
Wow.
I've always wondered where that came from.
My mom did not make it up, but she definitely was the one that taught it to me. And I just think that, I think you can question Kyler Murray's leadership from a number of different angles, and it would all be valid because he hasn't shown that ability. That I don't think it's something that's impossible for him to become, but he hasn't shown it yet.
He's also just a man child. He's a child.
Well, that's the part that's got to go away.
Straight Striper says, why is Kyler saying all this on Twitter instead of calling Patrick directly? Well, why isn't Patrick calling Kyler directly? But here's the thing. If you're going to ask that about Kyler, because he's a child. And, if that had been me and I saw that, I'd be like, what the hell, man? I wouldn't have even given it the dignity on Twitter. I would have probably texted him and said, what's the hell? Why are you doing this, man? So is there irony in that, Straight Striper? No, I think that all the way around, everybody in this situation has their own pile of wrong. But yeah, you're probably right that Kyler is an absolute trash as leader. We really haven't seen that. We've seen him attempting to look like one. because he is ultra sensitive, as you can see by his response to Patrick Peterson on Twitter. He's ultra sensitive to the appearance or what people are saying. So he's trying to make adjustments visually for you, but you just don't get the sense that there's any real meat to that.
You know, you cannot teach leadership. You either possess that skill or you don't. Kyler Murray clearly does not. He does not possess a strong leadership trait. I mean, case in point, Josh Allen throws a touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs. Guess who the guy is down in the end zone celebrating with him? Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes throws it to Kelsey. Guess who's in the end zone? Patrick Mahomes is down there with Kelsey.
And his idiot brother.
Aaron Rodgers throws a touchdown pass to whoever's going to be out there catching one. He goes down to the end zone and he celebrates with him. Have I seen Kyler Murray do that one time? No.
Because he doesn't throw a touchdown pass.
Well,
but anyway.
He threw a couple of them this past weekend, and he wasn't in the end zone. What he did was he threw it, he pumped his fist, and he walked off the field.
Have you guys been watching the Hard Knocks with the Cardinals?
No.
Yes.
Oh, you haven't seen it? You really should watch it. I mean, it says a lot.
Well, once I heard that it was hyper edited in favor of the Cardinals, just like all
and that ain't helping.
was.
Yeah,
it's not helping.
Here's the thing: it's edited, so there's some stuff that you just go, okay, that's annoying that they didn't put it in there. There's enough damning stuff left.
Yeah.
I do not feel good
Well,
about this organization.
The other part is my wife, being a Cardinals fan, she knows it's there, but she has not really wanted to watch it because I don't think anybody who's a real Cardinals fan really wants to watch this because you're not going to feel good about it afterwards.
No,
so
that's why I don't want to watch it.
Why do that to
watch
yourself?
it. You should watch it. You should see what's going on. It's really bad. It's just bad. It's just bad.
It's just.
But Ralph, I mean, why would I want to punish myself even more? I'm already a Cardinals fan.
Well, it's just like who you're talking to. I already watched the team on Sunday. There's another day I gotta watch.
And I'm old enough and mature enough to understand what the hell is wrong with this team.
Understand?
It validates.
This is why Ralph is saying it. He just wants everybody to suffer because he's a Seahawks fan.
It validates everything you guys say all the time. It validates how bad of a coach Kingsbury is. It validates your GM being terrible. It validates Murray just not being a leader. You see how he acts. He's like a child in the locker room. It's ridiculous to watch. You really need to watch it. If anything, just to make me happy, you should watch it because it's unbelievable.
Well, no, not just to make you happy.
I just think it's very insightful, but it is also, like Randy said, if you're a diehard Cardinals fan, you're going to see it with your eyes, but it's not going to be something you didn't know. It's all the stuff you suspected. It's the lack of leadership. You go, if Kyler Murray could learn to be a better leader, who's he going to learn it from? Because it ain't the coach. That's the kind of stuff that you're seeing in Hard Knocks, and I don't know what to say except I leave depressed every episode that it's over.
I've seen.
Wow, that boy must see TV, Keon. Thanks.
I'm not trying to pitch the show.
You're not even a Cardinals fan, and I leave depressed every time the show's over.
Ralph is telling you to watch it.
I'm not watching that.
I'm not telling you to watch it. I'm telling you that's what's there.
I've seen some really bad deals made by Phoenix sports teams over the years, and up until this point, I've seen some bad deals made by specifically the Arizona Cardinals. Is Sam Bradford anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's painful to watch this play out because I foresee going down the line somewhere in the next couple of seasons, Kyler Murray being run out of this town.
Yep.
In some sort of a trade. And I don't know how it's going. I just hope there is a competent general manager in place that can make this trade work.
That is off in the distant future, but right now, I think without a doubt, the Kyler Murray contract should go down as the worst business decision of the Cardinals' history.
I'm not going to argue.
You can think of a better one. I'm listening, but right now, this $230 million waste, boy. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, even at the time that they were considering it, we're like, don't do it. You'd be better off without a quarterback. You have Colt McCoy. You could limp through or even,
and you had 2 full years left on his rookie contract.
Do a little tanking. I don't know what you got to do, but this is now the worst decision. The Arizona. I mean, there have been bad ones. Buddy Ryan, what was that other quarterback? You just said it was the Bradford.
Sam Bradford.
There's others, but those are like the three big four. Denny, 4, Denny Green,
5, 6, 7.
But yeah, Kyler Murray's contract's got to be it, right? Can you think of a bigger mistake the Arizona Cardinals have made?
Not the Cardinals, no.
I don't know. I don't want to judge it just 1 year in, especially when it just looks like there's so many factors wrong with this team. If it was just Kyler, if you had a great coach and you're just like, wow, the only thing holding us back is the quarterback. Why did we pay him all this money? Then I could say it. However, if you could somehow lose Kyler, Cliff Kingsbury would still be your coach. Steve Keim would still be your general manager. Like it's not all him. It is a lot him. I think he's got a lot to take responsibility for.
We don't ask a lot of you, Kia, but now I'm going to ask you for something.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but all right.
No, listen. Want you to try to get Michael Bidwell on this show so we can tell him what needs to be done.
Okay.
So we can have an intervention. Michael, listen, we're friends. You seem like a very nice guy, but you need to hear this from somebody. Maybe he's too surrounded by yes men. You need a new GM, you need a new coach, and you need to get rid of Kyler Murray. If you do those three things, even if the team is a little bit bad to mediocre for a year or two, we'll still love you. It'll be okay. But this is toxic relationship. He's in a toxic relationship with three people right now.
Okay. Yes.
So make that happen. If you can get him in the day, great. If not,
in the day. Oh, yeah. I'll just phone up Michael Bidwell, my good friend. Just.
Don't you have a little black book?
We don't ask much of you, man. Hey, we don't usually have guests on this show.
So you just asked for the owner of the professional football team in the area. That's
not professional.
We
you want me to call him? I'll call him.
Keon, we asked for the moon.
Keon a chance.
And we expect the stars. Just make it happen.
All right,
I'll see what I can do.
We got a lot of texts on the text line. Oh, Natty Daddy says he needs a drink to go with that toast to the Patriots maybe winning tonight. That's right. Thursday night football at 5:30 p.m. Bills at Patriots here on 1580 The Fanatic. We come back, we get caught up on all the texts on the text line, except for you Sunsbots. I've actually started putting them in the system. Sunsbot 6, Sunsbot 9, with texts like, my guy Booker would have had 70 last night if he played the fourth quarter. Sunsbot 9, Devin Booker is the runaway MVP. We weren't even talking about it, really. You know what I'm saying? So we know those are bots. So they're listed as bots. So I'm not reading your text.
What if they're not bots, then?
I just read their text too, didn't I?
Yeah.
Explaining that. Yeah. I'm not reading them anymore. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Ian Eagle here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. Coming up, AFC East action with Mac Jones and the Patriots hosting Josh Allen and the Bills. Buffalo is 8-3, but 0-2 in the division. Now they travel to New England for their first meeting of the year with Bill Belichick's 6-5 Pats. Join me and Jason McCourty for all the action on Thursday Night Football.
Right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
Here's to Prilosec OTC. Without Prilosec, I wouldn't be able to enjoy all this yummy holiday food. Speaking of, whoever made that apple pie, delicious. I just take one pill each morning and zero heartburn all day. So cheers to Prilosec OTC. Ooh, are those jalapeno poppers?
Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid that can cause heartburn, so you can enjoy the holidays. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7, with supplies and solutions for every industry and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 2022 World Soccer Championship in Qatar, sponsored by Prevagen. Group E and F were the focus today in Qatar, and for the second straight World Cup, Germany failed to get out of the group stage. Despite a 4-2 win over Costa Rica, Germany lost out on a tiebreaker with Spain due to goal differential. Meanwhile, Japan rallied with 2 quick goals in the second half to erase an early 1-0 lead and beat Spain in Doha 2-1. That means Japan wins Group E and advances to the knockout round, but so does Spain, which finishes second. Earlier today, Morocco won Group F and advanced to the round of 16 with a 2-1 win over Canada. With the 2 first-half goals, Morocco advances to the knockouts for just the second time in 36 years. Croatia finished second in Group F and also advances after playing Belgium to a scoreless draw. A disappointing finish for Belgium, which is officially eliminated after failing to find the back of the net. I'm Erica Herskowitz, Westwood One Sports.
Douglas is a real Prevagen user and paid testimonialist.
My name is Douglas. I'm 79 and I live in Chicago. I'm a writer, director. I used to be a marathon runner. Now I'm a walker. And the kind of work that I do, you are surrounded by people who are all younger than you. Memory became a factor as everyone gets older. Where did I put my keys? But I had to get help to stay competitive. I happened across Prevagen and I started taking it. I saw myself having an improved memory, which at the same time, I felt better about myself. I could not be doing what I'm doing today had it not been for Prevagen.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life. Prevagen is available in stores everywhere. Based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired, this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-306-8158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-306-8158. That's 800-306-8158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-306-8158. Again, 800-306-8158.
1580, The Fanatic.
Here on 1580, The Fanatic, and tonight you got the Bills and Patriots at 5:30 p.m. for your Thursday night football. Tomorrow is the AIA 6A semifinal high school game of the week there, and getting ready to get you all the way to state. Saturday we have GCU at Wyoming at 1:45 p.m. But at 6 p.m. is the Open Division semifinal for the AIA. Then Sunday night football, you got Chiefs and Bengals at 2 and Colts and Cowboys at 5:30. And then wrapping up with Monday night football for week 13, Saints at Buccaneers. So there you go. Lots happening here on the big radio station, 1580, The Fanatic. And we're going to get caught up on the text line real fast. A lot of people had a lot to say. Then I'll get your injury report before we do our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks. Right now, Cardinal Art says Patrick Peterson is salty. Plain and simple. That's it.
Yeah.
He's salty about how things went, but I mean, why? Why would you even do that? What is it if you're playing well and your team's playing well? Let it go. That just shows you that he's kind of a petty person, you know?
He is, but he's also got a podcast to promote.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. I mean, he's like, this is the after football plan for him.
Okay. Podcast is the after football plan.
I don't know if there's more to it than that, but yeah.
All right. Burger Wolf says, hey, how do you guys like your dolphin? Grilled or baked? No charge either. My Niners will cook y'all a dolphin you want for free. I don't think that's going to happen. I kind of think the Dolphins are going to win that game, but we'll talk about that in the next hour. Baker's Cocky Hen says, can Devin Booker play quarterback? He seems to be like he's a good leader, and he's 6'5". You know what? At this point, the way he's playing, you almost believe he could do anything.
Yeah.
Mr. Pringle says maybe the Cardinals should put Kyler's film study work on Twitter too.
Well, he's on Twitter so much he might actually see it.
Just put it on Twitch. Yeah. Fifth letter says, Ralph, how about that trash Raiders team that gave your Sea Chickens a big old fat L, huh?
I didn't see that game. I don't know what you're talking about.
He says, just win, baby. And on a side note, he says, let's go Trojans. Handle some business tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All
Fight
right.
on.
Navy Brad says, Murray is more worried about playing Call of Duty than getting ready for the next game. Trade him. Well, if you were going to, you kind of blew that chance with his contract. Non-Sports says, sorry to change the subject. Well, maybe it's not too much of a change, but speaking of struggling quarterbacks, I heard through week 11, Russell Wilson has more bathrooms in his house than he has touchdown passes this year. You are correct. But that does not hurt Ralph's feelings anymore because
Not at all.
Yeah, Ralph is
Russell who?
Yeah, they're done with him. They're just done with him. Flying Monkey says, I agree. The Kyler Murray contract is the worst decision the Cardinals have made since I've lived here in the Valley. Second worst decision was extending Dingleberry. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Extending Dingleberry and extending Kime.
Yeah.
So that's got to fit in there somewhere. Straight Striper says, hey, Ralph, I will offer one chance for you to buy out on the Lakers winning 6 consecutive games and a bottle of Whistle Pig. You can get out of the bet if you buy Jeffrey, Randy, and Keon lunch from Barrow's Pizza.
I don't get out of bets, so no.
Yeah, he doesn't get out of beds. You don't get out of bed. Your thing was breaking up there a little bit. What'd you say?
Yeah, I said I don't get out of bets.
Okay, well there you go. Straight.
No, because I'm going to win that bet. That's a ridiculous thing. So,
did I make a bet on that too?
You did. You're going to lose too.
Oh, I bet against you. Okay,
you did.
What do we bet? I forget.
Borrows.
Keon's supposed to keep track.
Which bet are we referring to?
Well, I said that the Lakers will not win 6 consecutive games. Here in the future, and in this season, and Straight Striper jumped on top of that, and he did a Whistle Pig bet.
Yeah,
I can't remember what we bet. You
Yeah,
think it was Barrow's
it
Pizza?
was just pizza with you guys.
Yeah,
I should have gone bigger.
You're gonna lose.
King of Kitten says Michael Bidwell on this show. Now that's funny, Jeffco. It could happen. We've had people we've wanted. We just don't generally want people.
Right.
Good Cat says, wouldn't old Dale have some sort of contact info or connections with Bidwell or something? Well, he didn't play for the Cardinals and they don't go to the same buffets. So, damn.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Straight fire.
Wow. It's Patrick says, hello and good afternoon, gentlemen. I feel my text messages for these last several months hit it right on the head when it comes to the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray is the problem for many reasons. One of the biggest reasons is he doesn't want to play for the Arizona Cardinals. When he got drafted, that young man had to completely be devastated to be a Cardinal, and it shows. Why, where was he hoping he'd go? I mean, he was the #1 pick. What more do you want?
Yeah, I remember reading that he was thrilled to be the #1 overall pick because that's what you aim for if you're going to be a top level athlete, especially a quarterback. But with Kyler, just priorities are not where they're supposed to be.
3083 says one of the major busts for the Arizona Cardinals was when they paid for Matt Leinart. They paid him a bunch of money and he sat on the bench and watched Kurt Warner take the Cardinals to the Super Bowl.
Yep, that's true.
I don't think that was as much money though. I mean, that wasn't even close.
No.
It was a nice little rookie contract, wasn't it?
This is a record-breaking deal we're talking about with Kyler.
Yeah. Natty Daddy says Patriots are going to pick Allen off twice tonight. Final score 24-7 Patriots. Let's go.
Wow.
That's a hell of a
very enthusiastic
prediction. And all that defense,
it's legit.
But Josh Allen, he's no shrinking violet,
I mean, Buffalo Bills have won a few games this year. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be a chess game, and I think it's going to be a good football game.
We'll give our predictions in the next hour, but I'll say this: maybe one interception. I don't see that happening twice in that game. I'm just saying. Beer Nut says, anyone looking for a dang good regional project manager or consultant? Keon, are you looking for a dang good regional project manager or
Now,
consultant?
keep in mind, it's dang good.
It's Beer Nuts, by the way.
Which I definitely appreciate.
Dang, are you
is-
looking for
is,
anyone?
is the best kind. I just can't say that I am.
All right, Randy.
No, I'm all full here at Randy White Industries.
I'd ask her on, but I don't think he needs that.
No.
Ralph, you need a dang good regional project manager or consultant?
Not a dang good one. I'd want like a dang bad one.
Yeah, somebody you can kind of push around.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd want a dang bad one.
Yeah.
Now, if he was mighty fine, that might be
See,
different.
that's the thing. A lot of people are looking for mighty fine beer nuts.
Yeah.
So, Big George said, Robert Sarver's a racist bastard and needs to sell the team ASAP.
He's in the process. Everybody have patience.
George, I know you're not a Sunsbot. He was just trying to prove he wasn't one of those Sunsbots. Licky Lips Johnson says, which number one would you pick, Zion or DeAndre Ayton? Knowing what we know now, DeAndre Ayton, right? I mean, Zion plays ridiculous, but he is,
he's not been,
he's
not been healthy.
Rookie street clothes.
Yeah,
So
though this year, and I can't help but think that maybe the weight clause they put in the contract helped a little. He's been healthy.
Yeah.
He's been healthy.
We'll see if that keeps up. We'll see. Straight Striper says, from a Raiders fan to Seahawks fan, let's go. Let's up the ante. Let's make it 10-year private eye. I guess that's a whiskey, or
Private
you're
eye?
just looking for a 10-year-old private investigator. That's kind of weird, man.
Why are these Raiders?
I'm hoping that's whiskey.
Well, the game was last week. It's
What game?
No, he's talking about the other bet with
The
the
sea
Lakers.
chicken.
No, this is about the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
He's basically trying to. He gave Ralph a chance to get out of the bet. Now he wants to up the bet from the bottle of Whistle Pig to 10-year private rye.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
believe in,
rye. Sorry,
I don't up things.
you don't. Sorry.
Ask my wife. I don't up things.
Oh no.
Our condolences. Baker's Cocky Hen says the Valley's going to hate Ralph when Anthony Davis dominates Ayton in the playoffs and ends the Sun season.
When's that going to happen?
I don't know. He says, was that the Lakers bet? No, that's not, that's
No.
just not even reality.
Oh, that's reality.
It's not reality.
Oh, we'll see.
Anthony Davis.
Of course.
I mean,
Better than
Anthony
anybody
Davis
on the Suns.
has been playing better.
You know them soccer guys, you kind of brush by them and they go down. Well, that's him in real life. He's
Well, he
not,
learned
he's
from the
not,
best.
he's not flopping. He's really hurt. Unnamed texter says, as crappy as the Cardinals are, they're still at least not the Oakland A's with leaking sewage at their stadium.
No, that would be the Washington Commandos.
Is there sewage leaking at the Oakland A's stadium?
Yes. Yeah, that stadium is another pit.
Yeah, though
Well, they're moving.
for different reasons. Those owners are just, I was going to say cheap, but so is Dan. It is what it is.
Ooh, that's a good point, Thunder Snow. He says, hey, need I remind you of the Kevin Kolb trade? Definitely Cardinals top 10 bonehead
Oh
move.
yeah, Kevin. That whole point, because Kevin Cobb was already done in Philly when they traded.
It's cold.
yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It was cold. There's an L in there.
Yeah, but it's pronounced Cobb.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
It's Patrick says, I'm sure he was hoping and wanting to maybe be a Dallas Cowboy, a Pittsburgh Steeler, maybe one of the better teams in the NFL, unlike the Cardinals. Okay, I see what's happening here. Patrick is trash talking your Cardinals
Mm.
because he knows everyone wants to be a Colt.
Listen, maybe we can work out a deal with the Jets. Bring Mike White here, and we'll send Kyler to New York Jets.
I'm confused about something. Can Kittens sends me the following: a photograph of a those inflatable Santas you put in the yard, face down in the turf,
Yeah.
just lying there.
Yeah.
Next one says, I got the credit card bill. Next line says $93.18.
Who sent that to you?
I don't know. It's King of Kittens. It's just
King of
getting
Kittens.
Weirder as we go.
Wow.
Although he did say one coherent thing.
Yeah.
Suck it, Ralph.
There you go.
He says, before I forget, you
That
gotta
was
get that in there.
that's crystal
Every
clear
week.
there.
Licky Lips Johnson says, if Anthony Davis doesn't get hurt 1 year ago, we take the Suns out, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Come on,
I mean,
guys, be
and-
real.
And if the sky weren't blue, then it wouldn't be blue. Anthony Davis gets hurt. It's part of who he is as a person.
Yeah.
It's part of his whole existence. You can't say if with Anthony Davis.
They don't
and
call him
injuries.
street clothes for nothing.
My
It's-
money would still be on the Suns.
Same, but we'll never find out with Anthony Davis because that's just not who he is.
Well, while he's on the sideline, he could polish his championship ring.
I'm sure he
right?
can. I'm sure
You mean from that
I need to go-
shortened season?
just not from
They
the,
should have given him just a pinky ring.
just not from the sideline of the playoffs.
That's the same COVID shortened season the Dodgers won their World Series, wasn't it?
Yeah, I need
Boy,
to go
you
polish my trophies.
You
Yeah,
sure have benefited a lot from a lot of people dying from COVID. That's what it
Hey,
took for the Lakers
whatever
and the
it takes.
Dodgers.
Whatever it takes.
All right, guys, we're coming back with our Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em Picks. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure for fast, powerful nighttime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. NyQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure. At nighttime, sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Alice Roth was the wife of a sports writer in Philadelphia, and one night she was hit with a foul ball, and it broke her nose. They had to stop the game. When the game resumed, they realized they needed to get Alice Roth out of the ballpark. She was in bad condition. Well, on her way out of the ballpark, another foul ball hit her again, this time breaking a bone in her leg. Who hit that foul ball?
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia website.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the player that hit two foul balls that hit Alice Roth and the same at bat. Richie Ashburn. The odds of hitting a fan with a foul ball at a baseball game are 300,000 to 1.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Hey, remember how 20 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, now it's the future, and I used all those savings to buy this new hologram phone. Because, it's the future, and everything is holograms now.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix, 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
You gave me the thing, but you hadn't hit the thing yet, didn't you?
Actually, what happened was my finger slipped off and I double pushed it.
Damn it! I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Jeff O'Brien, the Daily Blender here. All right, let's start that over. 4 o'clock is the time. This is the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room there, and Ralph is coming to us live via satellite from Oklahoma City for God knows what reason. But we're going to do our Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em picks. I still got to catch up this text line, and then I got the injury report for you. Then we'll do our picks. So I got to move this along very quickly. So if I don't end up reading one of your texts right away, don't take it personally, and I'm sorry. Oakland Sparky says, Oakland A's stadium is a dump. Have you been to Tucson?
The old Pueblo.
Well, compared to Tucson, it's a palace. I get what you're saying. Licky Lips Johnson says, at least he got a ring. Dirty Donkey says, sorry, I'm smoking the same stuff Kyrie Irving is. Okay.
Be careful.
Good Cat says, I give it 20 more games and Anthony Davis will be hurt. His vulva will be broken. He'll be out for the rest of the season.
Damn.
Kiss the Cook says, no wonder Booker is playing lights out. He broke up with that, Kardashian. That Kardashian curse is a real thing, Let's see here. Navy Brad says, Randy, has anyone told you look a little bit like Viking great Gary Larson?
No.
Was it because he's got a lot of shadow on him right now? He's got a weird camera angle. You look.
I have a great camera angle. Thank you.
Like you're in the dark over there.
All right.
We got to get some better lighting in here.
Well, I don't have any lighting on me.
He says, my dad grew up with Gary Larson in Minnesota. Well, tell him we love the Far Side cartoons.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah, I don't think that's the same.
Yeah, I don't care. Heavy Metal Maniac says, that Daily Sports Quiz never updates. They've had the same stupid commercial there. We've heard it 100,000 times. I don't think it's really possible it's been 100,000 times, but yeah,
close.
Did kind of notice that poor old lady's been beamed off that stretcher a whole lot of times so far.
Yeah.
Boogie says, I was just going through my picks and I noticed, wait, what? Washington is 7-5? How in the hell did that happen?
Very quietly, thank you.
Is Danny feeding them steroids on his way out there? Is that what's happening?
No, the defense got healthy. I told you it was a good defense at the beginning of the year. It got healthy, and that's what happened. And also, Taylor Heineke, Carson Wentz, the numbers are similar, but Taylor can move. When the offensive line falls apart instantly, as it tends to do because it's made out of paper mache, Taylor can move and make some plays with his legs that Carson can't make. So 6 out of the last 7. I'm surprised too.
So what you need, Boogie, really, as a Detroit Lions fan, is just go out, stand by some highway, and have a photo of yourself taken with a tear going down your cheek. Remember, like the Indian did with the pollution?
Oh yeah.
Only it's just you in like a Detroit Lions shirt because your team is trash.
Wow.
Damn.
Which Boogie and I, we did have a bet about who would finish with the better record, Washington or Detroit.
You might be winning.
It's not a might anymore. I
will say this though, Jared Goff is not smart, but he is a machine, and he does get fantasy football points. And I very well might be starting him over Tom Brady this week in fantasy football because Tom Brady has never really done well against the Saints, and old Jared Goff plays well at home. So I'm just saying, old Goff, as bad as the Lions are, he's good for at least 20 plus. You know what I'm saying? Every week. So I'm thinking about that. I don't know if Rosalie is going to give me any good advice because she likes you better than me, Randy. So she might not give me any good advice.
No, I think she will.
We'll see. She's also going to be salty because I just whooped her.
Well, I don't
by a solid 1.5 points.
I have a feeling she won't be that salty.
We'll see.
She's in like a dozen leagues. I think
she may not have even noticed.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, I made sure she noticed.
Well, you do it to yourself, Jeffrey.
I know. Booker Wolf says, what do you get when a Broncos fan makes a baby with a Vikings fan? You get an ugly buck-toothed Seahawk baby. Go Niners.
Wow.
That doesn't make any sense
No,
to me.
It's not your best work.
Yeah, and that's really an easy. That's a layup because all Seahawk fans are buck-toothed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even.
I mean,
try harder.
My teeth are fine.
Yeah, that's why we keep hearing this noise on the mic. It's Ralph's teeth.
Yeah.
He's talking. Oh my.
Damn, Ralph.
No.
My camera fell down there. All right.
It needs to.
Let's see here. Colts fans' teeth are perfect.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What is this? It's Fish Tank says, hey, I hate when it's a week when I got to agree with Ralph that his Seahawks will win. I don't even remember who they're playing. Well, we'll do the picks here in just a few minutes. Everybody calm down. Fifth letter says, serious question for ASU and U of A fans. When USC takes care of business tomorrow and represents the Pac-12 as a conference, are you rooting for them or will it all be hate? Well, you guys are leaving the conference, so up yours, right?
Still got to root for them.
No,
you don't.
You don't root for your
West
ex-girlfriend or ex-wife.
And even besides that, I don't believe you have to root for the conference because, at least for me, the way it works out in the Big 12, I hate everybody else in that conference. I'm not going to be rooting for TCU if they handle business and make the playoff. I do not care.
You're not a West Coast guy, and the West Coast college football is totally disrespected.
Hey, USC, you pack your stuff and get out. You're going. Next year, you're going, right? That's it. Next year, there's no USC in the Pac-12, right? That is next year, right?
I don't think it's next year. I think it's going to take a few years because their agreement with the Pac-12.
That's a weird marriage right there. You just get divorced.
I think it's 24-25 season.
Still not going to root for him. Sorry. No, Ralph. No. If it was you, Arizona, we wouldn't
maybe-
root for him.
Maybe it's 23-24.
Just
Is it
haters.
next season?
Just a bunch of haters.
I don't know.
Licky Lips Johnson says, "What's worse, a Suns fan or a Cardinals fan? I think they are both equally dumb and ignorant." Well, that's just a dumb, ignorant thing to say yourself, Licky Lips Johnson.
Who do you
Come on,
root for,
man.
Licky Lips?
Well, clearly, well, that's a good question. I think he's a Lakers fan. It says a lot right there.
Yes, and USC leaving in the 24-25 season.
24-25. Okay,
right. Still ain't rooting for him. Ken Kenton says, "I'm going to take a little nap." Okay.
All right.
Just like your Santa did on the lawn there. I have no idea what's going on. Natty Daddy says, "Hey, Keon, remember that convo we had at the draft about Washington?" Enough said.
We did. Natty Daddy was very high on Washington, but like more positive about them than I was, and I was decently positive.
Did you meet Natty Daddy?
I think I did.
Did I meet Natty Daddy?
Yeah,
I think you did. Yeah.
He was there. He talked to all of us.
I probably remember his face, but I didn't know. It was good meeting you, Natty Daddy.
I talked to him a little bit longer after the remote, but you know.
Well, everybody likes Keon more.
Well, I also left immediately. Hamilton Porter says, "As a Michigan fan, Big Ten or not, I always rooted for Ohio State to crap the bed in the playoff." Yeah, maybe we'll all root for the other team. Whoever plays USC will root for.
That's what I do.
That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible.
And West Coast football is underrated, but it's usually everybody but USC. No one underrates USC when they're
in the
good.
college playoff this year, and I'm going to win the Heisman this year.
You are going to win the Heisman?
And
Well,
the,
they
and
give
the
it to me,
rest
but they
of
have
the
to give it to
Pac-12 should be happy about this.
I don't want to be critical or rude,
Yes,
but I think your
because
days
it's
are kind of past there. Ralph. I don't see you winning the Heisman.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they're back there somewhere, but still, I mean, come on. SC's going to have another Heisman winner, going to have a college football playoff team. How can you not pull for that?
Big George, ask your baseball question tomorrow.
Gosh.
Read the room, buddy. Baker's Cocky Hen says, "I think USC changes to real football with the Big Ten the same season the playoffs expand. Pac-12 won't get a team in the expansion without USC or UCLA."
Really?
Okay.
I disagree. There's a number of Pac-12 teams in the top 25 right now. I don't
We forget about Oregon State. How about Oregon? What about Utah?
You got to forget about it.
What about UCLA?
I mean,
they're good.
well, UCLA's
Never
moving.
forget a beat.
That's
Never
true.
forget about
Forgot about they.
What are we even talking about right now?
Pac-12 football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Go ASU. All right. So here's your little brief update on the injury report for your NFL players. Also affects your NFL picks. So this is going to really hit some people right in the fantasy football Ginobili's. Najee Harris. He was out of practice with an abdominal injury with stomach. Yeah.
Oh,
and
well, you're a doctor. Thank you for
not looking good for him to play. He's going to be a game time decision last time I checked, unless they've made it official. So not good for Najee Harris, people. Tua Tagovailoa, he full participation in practice. So that's good news. They're worried about that ankle injury of his. So that's good for Fish Tank's Dolphins. Not good for Ravens fans. Might even affect your pick. Well, not when you see who they're playing. But anyway, Lamar Jackson left practice early with a quadriceps injury. Quadriceps? I think I said it right the first time, right?
Quad. Just say quad.
Dude's got a problem with his quad. Yeah. So I don't know what this means for this weekend or what. And he's not talking really to reporters if he doesn't have to, ever since he kind of cursed that guy out on the Twitter. But yeah, that is not good for Ravens fans. We'll see if that turns into who's the backup for the Ravens, by the way.
It is Tyler Huntley.
All right, well then they'll be fine. All right,
Yeah.
well, we'll explain why.
He
in the
does
picks.
all right. Yeah.
Are we doing those or not doing those picks? Baltimore's playing the Broncos. So, yeah, it's still a win for the Ravens. Whether he plays or not, it's a win for the Ravens. And here's your last one. Josh Jacobs, he was limited in practice yesterday. I don't know what his situation was today with that calf injury, but something tells me he'll probably end up in your lineup anyways. But keep a close eye on him. One of the things everybody needs to do when they play the fantasy football is make sure that you have checked who's playing on Thursday, who's playing Sunday early, Sunday late, Monday, and be strategic about who you're putting in your flex so you can move things around. You know what I'm saying? You got to be flexible. So always know because a lot of times people are like, oh, I didn't realize and that game already happened. Now I can't take that other guy over here because I've used my wide receiver position. Always be aware of the flex and not you, Randy. Just do whatever you want this week.
Thank you.
I don't want you to win.
I probably won't win anyway.
That's really hard for me.
Mhm.
Is it hard for you? I want you to win even when I'm playing you. So then I feel bad if I beat you, but of course that hasn't happened in a while.
Well,
so.
I expect you to win every time I play.
Well,
so.
I used to, but now I'm not so sure because you got a good team.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Bears and the Packers, they are tied with 786 franchise wins, and they are going to play this weekend. And I'd like to see the Bears retain ownership of their own team. Where he's always old Aaron Rodgers is like, I own you,
I don't see how it's going to happen with Justin Fields on the sideline.
Yeah, but look at the hobbled Aaron Rodgers and how horrible they played. What do you say we start it up? Let's do our NFL fan pick'em picks, the Harmon Solar. Remember, even though if you haven't been in the mix, you can't win the $1,580 first prize from Harmon Solar, but you can win those weekly prizes from Mr. Nick. I can't make new updates, LaCapria. You get the jersey, the weekly prize. So that is at least worth doing.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's go ahead and take a look at Green Bay at Chicago. Now, Randy, you're saying without Justin Fields at the helm, that it should be an easy rollover for the Green Bay Packers.
Well, I mean, I think Green Bay against the run is pretty good. Their defense is pretty good against the run. And I think without Justin Fields, this team loses like a third of its offense. So I'm going to have to take Green Bay in this one, even with Aaron Rodgers hobbled.
All right, Ralph, Green Bay Packers have not looked right lately, but then Chicago, for all the promise that they have as a team, still haven't really been much in the way of winning games. Where are you at with this?
Who's the backup in Chicago?
Some dude.
Trevor Siemian.
Trevor
Siemian.
Trevor. Oh, I hurt my oblique.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll play.
No. Green Bay. I mean, I can't take the Bears. The Bears are horrible.
Yeah.
Is Love playing for the Packers this week?
It has not been announced, and Aaron still says he wants to play.
You almost feel better about the Packers in this game if Love played.
I agree. That's what I was asking. I think Love has really got a lot of talent and a good player. And
yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to end up playing, but he might be hurt so bad with that rib injury. Aaron Rodgers or Love comes in the second quarter or something.
And as of 8 minutes ago, Yahoo Sports saying that Justin Fields was a full participant in practice.
Oh, well, maybe he's
so.
All right,
that could change your pick potentially.
It could. Yeah. Right now, I've got the Green Bay Packers as well. Might change it. Oh, you got to tell me who's going to be quarterbacking for if Aaron Rodgers is quarterback for the Packers, I would take the Bears. If it's Love, I might take the Packers. All right. So I guess right now I'm going to say undecided. Ralph, you're going with the Packers. Is that what you said?
I am. Yeah.
What do you got, Keon?
I'm going to go with the Packers as well. Whether it's Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers, I do think that their receiving core is getting a bit of a boost this week. They're going to have Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs together. Those are the two best guys that they have at wide receiver.
That's Romeo Dubes. Dubes, dude.
Romeo Dubes.
Don't care. I don't care how it's really pronounced. That's how we pronounce it.
Well, I'm joining Randy here. Dubes. But yeah, I just think that those two guys do give the Packers offense a lift in addition to the running game that's already good. And whether or not Justin Fields plays, like Randy said, Packers are good against the run.
All right, so let's move on. Oh, here's a piece of information. I guess according to the Punisher, he saw that Lamar Jackson was full participant today in practice. So must have been just like a day, like, okay, I'm good. So hopefully it stays that way, because if that re-emerges as an issue, that could be, they're still going to win. No, I mean, seriously, if anybody's picking the Denver Broncos, you're out your damn mind.
Have you seen them?
So tonight, Thursday night football, the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots, Keon. And the defense of the Patriots is always pretty good. But this is the Buffalo damn Bills. And Josh Allen, he's back, right? So, I mean, how can you not pick the Bills?
I'm not picking the Bills. I know it, and I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout New England way. but I do like the Patriots defense a ton. And I don't like where Josh Allen is this season. That dude has been playing like he's trying to give the ball away. And Pro Football Focus tracks a number of turnover-worthy plays, which are things like interceptions that should have been caught by the defense, but they didn't catch it, so it doesn't get counted against you. But those are the things that are indicators of you actually turning the ball over in the future. Josh Allen has been turning the ball over a lot. And I just don't think that against this defense, you give that team a lot of opportunities. They're going to make you pay if you keep putting the ball out in harm's way, which he has been doing. And then the Patriots have that run game with Ramondre Stevenson. If they get a lead, they have a tendency to keep it. So I'm going to go with the Pats.
All right. Well, coach of the Buffalo Bills, the one that looks like a naked mole rat. What's his name? The guy, he's very pale.
Mole rat.
Yeah. What's his name? Coach Richie Cunningham as a zombie. What's his name?
Remember what his name is.
Sean McDermott.
That's it. Yeah, old
Sean McDermott.
Yeah, he ain't no shrinking violet when it comes to coaching. I don't think he's scared of old Stoneface Belichick. I respect all the things you're saying there, Keon, but Josh Allen is going to be ready for this one. You might get an interception out of him, but I don't think it's going to be a win for the Patriots, and I don't think they're going to get more than that. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills tonight. Ralph, where are you at?
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen is my guy. He's my fantasy guy. He's the one that's keeping my team afloat. So, yeah, he's got 11 picks, but 23 touchdowns. He's maybe throw a pick like Jeffrey said, but he'll come out on top. And I see them winning this game. I see them winning this game big. I know you're saying it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be close. Buffalo wins this game big.
Lefty says, the guy from 72 and Sold looks like a mole rat as well. with some Just for Men. Anyway, Randy, where are you at with the Bills and the Patriots?
Listen, I had a hard time making a pick on this game. Bill Belichick has been quoted as saying the real football the season doesn't start till after Thanksgiving. Here we are. It's after Thanksgiving, and it's a cold, windy night in New England, and Buffalo's coming in. Josh Allen's got that sore elbow. I don't know how effective he's going to be on a cold night in New England, especially if the defense gets to him. But I got to go with the odds, and the odds tell me it's Buffalo. Buffalo's the better team right now. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I'm got to take the Buffalo Bills.
All right, I'm on the Bills. You're on the Bills. Ralph's on the Bills, but old Keon is an island amongst himself for the Patriots.
He's contrarian.
See how that goes. Right now, we're going to take a break. We come back. More of our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
World Cup in Qatar, the United States taking on the Netherlands on Saturday. It is the knockout round, single elimination tournament. The United States plus 180 to beat the Dutch. The Netherlands minus 225. College football, the Pac-12 championship game will take place on Friday in Las Vegas. Number 4 USC taking on number 12 Utah. The Trojans are ranked number 4 by the College Football Playoff Committee. Utah ranked 12. USC favored by 2.5 points, minus 150 on the money line. Utah plus 125. The over-under in Las Vegas, 67.5. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure for fast, powerful nighttime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. NyQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Hey, remember how 20 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, now it's the future, and I used all those savings to buy this new hologram phone. Because, it's the future, and everything is holograms now.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
It's college football time. The Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12, the biggest conferences. Down the side of the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The big matchups, the fight for national rankings, the bitter rivalries. We have the biggest games. Get your college game on. Your home for football. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Thursday.
Hey, Randy,
You know, we have these off-air meetings. Welcome back to Daily Blender on this Thursday. Thursday night football on the way here at 5:30 here on 1580 99.3, the Fanatic 95.9 in the East Valley. And by the way, don't forget, you can listen to the game tonight as well as the Daily Blender at 1580thefanatic.com. That's right. It's streaming live on our website, and that is a good day. Speaking of NFL football and Week 13 kicking off, you can kick this week off right with a no-sweat same-game parlay from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Doesn't matter if you're new or already have an account. You get free bets back if your Thursday night same-game parlay doesn't hit. I don't like to say lose. Doesn't hit.
Well,
is off just a little.
Still losing.
You know, just the wind caught it and blew it just right of the goalpost.
So you're just like saying the Lakers don't hit.
But well, exactly.
Lakers don't hit.
Like the Lakers shoot the ball.
Right.
If your same game parlay shoots like the Lakers and doesn't hit, you're going to get free bets back on your same game parlay. And by the way, this should be a great way for you to build a same game parlay tonight. You got Stephon Diggs going. You got Josh Allen going. You got Patriots defense going. You got mac and cheese going. I mean, there's all kinds of way for you to build a same game parlay on tonight's game. If you don't like to do that, there are same game parlays already made up for you on FanDuel's top rated sportsbook app. Just pick one and jump in on the action. However you play, you can bet the NFL on Thursday night with a no sweat same game parlay. If you're new to FanDuel, sign up with my promo code Randy1580. That's Randy1580. And make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older, present in Arizona, 3 legs minimum, $1 bet required, refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet $5. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text next step to 53342. Jeff, go.
All right. Thank you, Randy. Hey, Keon, is Antonio Brown still holed up in his house there? Is there still a standoff going on with police?
Yeah, that's the last that I heard from it is Antonio Brown.
What house? Which house? Where's he?
Tampa.
In Tampa Bay.
In Tampa. Yeah, Tampa police. And the thing is that it's not this serious, insane thing because the police are just waiting him out because it's a misdemeanor that they're coming after him for. And they don't want to endanger any officers over a misdemeanor. So they're just going to wait him out.
Well, why do that? Why even do that? Just wait.
Well, they're trying to serve him with a warrant.
Wait till he's exposing his genitalia to some woman at a pool and then grab him then.
Wow.
You know, when he's relaxed, not paying attention.
Yeah.
I don't know, far be it for me to tell them cops how to do their jobs, but seems like there's easier ways to do this.
All right.
Okay, where were we? That's right, the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em Picks, and let's do another one that's going to air on this radio station on Sunday afternoon. Chiefs at Bengals, 2 p.m. And all right, so the Bengals, it just doesn't seem like they're the team we're used to from the last season. But then you look at their record, and just like a sneaky Washington Commando team, Bengals are 7-4.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs 9-2. And if I'm not mistaken, last year, Cincinnati Bengals gave them Chiefs some trouble.
Yeah, they did.
So here we are. It's a home game for Joe Burrows. So Randy, how you feel about this? Joe Burrows at home in the Cincinnati, but Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs still looking really damn good at 9-2.
Yeah.
Who you got?
Well, last year, Cincinnati beat Kansas City. We might recall beat them twice. Once it was the AFC Championship game, and it sent the Bengals on to the Super Bowl. Both games, Cincinnati won by a field goal. So it's not like they've just run away from the Chiefs and they have some sort of secret code on the Chiefs offense or how to shut them down. So I think the Kansas City Chiefs want some payback, especially after that bittersweet end of their season last year. Give me the Chiefs and make it by a touchdown.
I don't care about last year. I'm just looking at this year. And Patrick Mahomes has hit his stride with his cast of many receivers. And of course, Kelsey, dear God, Kelsey. So the Bengals, they're pretty good, but I don't think they're beat the Chiefs good. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with the Kansas City Chiefs on this one. Ralph, what do you say? The Burrow or the Mahomes?
Have we heard about Mixon? Is he playing? Do we know?
Haven't heard anything on Mixon.
So to me, that's kind of a big deal in this game. I mean, this is a really good game, actually, one of the better games of the weekend. If Mixon is playing, I'm going to lean Cincinnati. If he's not playing, I'm probably going to lean Kansas City.
It's still hard to say. Joe Mixon limited in practice so far.
If
to me,
your team
that's
got no Mixon, then it needs some fixing. Ding, ding, ding,
that's
ding,
the
ding.
X factor in this game, in my opinion. If Mixon is in, I think the Bengals take this game. If not, I'm going to go with KC. So for now, since he's probably not in, I'm going to say KC, but I may change that pick.
All right, Keon, K in the C or the Sin of City? What do you say?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kansas City. Just the way that they're playing right now, they're running the football really well. Their defense is doing enough to allow them to get their offense rolling. And Patrick Mahomes is playing out of his mind right now. Dude's got 29 touchdowns to 8 interceptions so far this season. And with 4 games to go, this is the best he's looked, since he won the MVP. I'm not saying he's going to win it this year, but this is the best season he's had since that season. And as long as that's the case, I have trouble picking against the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes will figure it out. And of course, Isaiah Pacheco running the football, angry when he runs the football. I like that for the Chiefs.
All right, I've asked everybody, right?
Yes.
All right. Just want you guys to know that Harvey Putzwadler says hi.
Howdy.
Hi, Harvey Putzwadler.
How you doing, Harvey?
Figured you just wanted yeah. Lacrosse guy says Ralph is a joke. I can't keep track of all his damn teams. He probably likes Maryland lacrosse too. I like how lacrosse guy assumes that you watch lacrosse. So
I did when I lived in the Northeast, but not a big fan of it. It's a cool sport.
Pinocchio says, why do Canadians always do it doggy style? So they can both watch the hockey game. All right. Jeez. It just sort of came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Wow, that's funny.
Mr. Pringle says, if the Bills win tonight, do they advance to the knockout round? Well, I think it puts them one step closer. Yes. And that was not a Lincoln Park reference. Don't scream at me. All right. So the next game, oh, good Lord. The next game on 1580 The Fanatic is my Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, boy.
Taking on the 8-3 Dallas Cowgirls.
Wow.
Go ahead, Ralph. Go ahead. Just do it.
I'm pulling for your team because I don't want you to get a good pick. So it's just a personal vendetta against you, nothing else.
That is ultra mean.
Yeah, it's just a vendetta against you personally. But I'm going to pick Dallas because they should destroy the Colts. But I am pulling for your team.
Mm-hmm. We're back to tanking. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, we may not get the number 1 pick, but we'll be in a position to trade up, or if maybe get one of the 5 quarterbacks that might be worth a damn. In future days, I'll tell you my shopping list. But right now, who's not going to say the Dallas Cowboys are going to bleep stump my Indianapolis Colts? Randy, are you going to say Dallas is going to win?
That Dallas defense is for real, man. It's for real. I still am not a believer in Dak Prescott.
You don't understand. Don't need the Dallas defense because I have a quarterback who's going to turn the ball over for you multiple times.
But anyway, I still am not a big believer in Dak Prescott. But give me Dallas in this one. Sorry, buddy. I want to root for the Blue Horseshoe. I really do. But yeah, can't do it on this one.
Keon?
Well, as someone who understands the importance of tanking, I am rooting for the tank job of the Indianapolis Colts to go well, actually. But also Dallas is going to win this game. Like you said, Matt Ryan has been absolutely terrible at keeping the football secure. And even though I'm not big on Dak Prescott myself, they're running the crap out of the football. Tony Pollard has been on another level, the last 3 or 4 games. And I expect that to continue. I expect their defense to continue to play well. And as long as Micah Parsons is out there, I'm not going to be picking against Dallas in games like these.
Okay, can we be done now? We're done now, right? We don't have to talk about this anymore. I just want to move on.
I believe we're done.
We can flex other games, but no, the NFL is going to leave this turd hanging around on Sunday Night Football. Thanks for nothing. NFL. Okay, Monday Night Football. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who should be 6-5, but they are 5-6. They just sort of fell apart there at the end of last week's game. New Orleans Saints, they really should be 4-8. I mean, let's be honest. That team is still a hot mess. But I got to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think that Tom Brady is a sure bet every week anymore like I used to, but it's the Saints. And I know there are some positive to the Saints, but the defense for the Buccaneers is pretty damn solid. And, I can't imagine that Tom Brady has enough. I mean, he didn't have a bad game. Mike Evans had a bad game. It still ends up being a thing. Tom Brady puts the ball where it's supposed to be, but other people aren't doing their jobs. So he does have a memory on these things, as you know. Perhaps he won't throw to Mike Evans so much this week. So I'm still going to go with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, really just more than anything because it's the Saints, Keon.
Yeah, I'm doing a similar thing. I just like Tampa Bay's defense a whole lot, especially against the run. They're the number 4 defense against the run. So Alvin Kamara, that's going to be tough sledding for him all day. And then, the game's going to be ugly. I mean, as long as the Saints offense continues to look like what it looks like, this is going to be an ugly game. And I think that just favors Tampa Bay and Tom Brady.
Randy?
Tampa Bay, man. I don't have a whole lot to say in that. If Tampa Bay loses this game, they deserve to miss the playoffs. Give me Tampa Bay all day long.
All right. Are you all for Tommy Terrific, or are you for whatever cast of characters the Saints throw out there on Monday?
No, I think you guys have said it all. The Bucks. I think the Bucks win this game. I think it's closer than you imagine, but I think the Bucks win the game.
Cardinal Art says, "Damn it, Jeffrey, I'm calling for an upset. The Blue shoe by 2. The hell with tanking in this game. Pour me a frothy one, Randy." Wow. See, I don't want them to win though, because I'm all tank. I'm team tank, man. All right, so Randy, your Cardinals are on a bye week this week.
Yes, thank God.
It'll be the best work Kyler has done all season.
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's go on over to Keon's game. The Washington Commandos at 7-5 going up against the New York Giants at 7-4. Even like 4 weeks ago, I'd have been like Giants, but now, boy, this is not as easy a pick as we thought it would be. So I'll let you start, Ralph. The Washington Commandos under the kid from We Are the Millers as quarterback against angry accountant, playing quarterback for the Giants. These are both teams you can't believe are doing as well as they are, but they are. So where you?
Yeah,
I
I really want to take the Commandos. I mean, really do, but I don't know. I mean, I love their defense. I love the way they've been playing. I think it's going to be a really great game, really close game, but I need the Seahawks to win and these guys to lose, so Seattle jumps back on top of them in the wild card. So I'm going to pull for Seattle. I'm not going to pull for Seattle, but I'm going to pull for not the Commanders. I'm going to pull for the Giants. I think the Giants win this game.
Because you want it is a really dumb way to pick. You know that.
Yeah, but I live my life based on what I want, and I usually get what I want.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So
really, did you get that Laker win in the playoffs?
I did.
Yeah,
I got 17 rings.
Not recently, so I guess you don't always get what you want. So is Ralph going to get what he wants, Keon, with your Washington Commandos versus the Giants?
I actually think so. It's just a lot of Washington has won 5 games in a row, 6 out of the last 7, and some of those games have just been very close margins. I just don't think you can keep winning football games this way. Now, if I were the Giants, I'd be completely livid because this is how the schedule kind of breaks down for Washington and New York. Washington gets New York, a bye week, and then New York. I think they win the second game. New York gets Washington, the Eagles, and then Washington again. I just think they're getting hosed in this schedule situation right now. It really stinks for them that it's playing out that way. But I do think in the first matchup, I think that I'll give the advantage to the Giants because they run the ball really, really well. They have a phenomenal defense too. And Taylor Heineke, he's slowing down a little bit. There just seems to be like a little bit of maybe some of the wear and tear. He hasn't been a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think it catches up to him. And then the bye week, he gets a chance to recover.
When I look at Taylor Heineke, I don't see slow. I see special. He's special. I'm going to go ahead with the Commandos, though. Randy?
Well, listen, I think that the Danny Dimes is First of all, I think he's going to be bummed out because they've not been playing well, and the Giants have not picked up his option. So this is it for him. I mean, he's playing for a job, and I don't see that the Giants will bring him back. And I think that Washington's defense is just hitting their stride. And I do like Taylor Heineke. I like his excitement. I like the way he just runs around, and he's always pumped up and hyped up. So give me the damn Commandos to beat the Gigantes twice this week, and after the bye week again.
All right, so let's do this. We must take a break. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and pick a few more games. Plus, Ralph's Rainy City Bitch Pigeons. They are in a contest that looks like it should be pretty obvious to pick, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. So come on back. Wait a second. Wait, which team is your team? It's the Seahawks and the Rams. Which team is your team? It's very confusing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Which team has the better record? That's his team.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. I should have known better.
You're dead to me, Randy.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe for max strength nighttime relief. Just one dose of Vicks NyQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Get some rest and feel better with Vicks NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, sore throat, stuffy nose, fever, best sleep with a cold. Medicine. Use as directed.
I'm Shane O'Grady, founder of Life Changer Loan, and for years I've been sharing how our mortgage has been changing lives. With all 5-star ratings on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, maybe it's time you find out what all the fuss is about. Our average client saves over $250,000 in interest compared to their traditional loan, while not changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MD1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Why is that? Well, if you ask someone with one of the latest and greatest phones from Cricket, they might tell you it's because of the amazing phones, like the new iPhone 14 that lets you capture stunning photos in low and bright light. Plus, they'd probably tell you about the fast nationwide 5G included with all plans that lets you stream, text, talk, and more, all at 5G speeds. Yeah, they might mention something like that. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Good news for men. Studies are showing certain jewelry can save the day with your sweetie. For example,
You forgot my birthday?
here, this is for you.
Wow. Better late than never.
It even changes their minds.
I'm leaving you.
Here, this is for you.
I'm staying.
But this amazing jewelry can only be found at select jewelers.
Diamond Gems Jewelry, family owned and trusted with expert watch and jewelry repair. Buy, sell, or trade up. Free appraisals. Diamond Gems Jewelry, Arizona's most huggable jeweler, with Uptown Phoenix and Westside locations.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and yeah, we're in the middle of our NFL Harmon Solar fan pick'em picks, but hey, don't forget, for second place in the fan pick'em contest is that Hemiway bike. And I tell you what, I don't know if you've had a chance. If you have it, you really should take a look at these Hemiway bikes. These are kind of awesome. I want one. I do want one. You can see the link to the Hemingway company at 1580thefanatic.com. Just click on the link right there. But you see these bikes, and I'm just like, Ron's got one of them, and he's. I want to join the Sons of Apathy electric bike gang.
Yes.
I want to be in that gang because let me tell you something. This is the wave of the future. In fact, even in this, have you ever seen on the Amazon the Peripheral that show? That gal's riding around an electric bike. I mean, it's the wave of the future, and these things look like a whole lot of fun. And if you're going to go with an electric bike, seriously, check out Hemingway. And here's why. Boy, they are way less expensive than the others. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Most of those bikes are like, $5,000, $10,000. Hemingway bikes, the price range is between $1,000 and $10,000, but most of their bikes are like $1,500, $2,000 maybe. And so you can find a bike that fits your needs, whether by price or just by lifestyle. And they got the long range battery. They're very durable. And they get 2,000 5-star reviews. So it's not like, gee whiz, I wonder if this is good. No, it's proven good. And our own Radio Ron rides around on one all the time.
Yeah, and he actually put a lot of miles on his bike, and it's still going strong.
What was it, 10,000 plus?
Yeah, it was something like 10,000 miles or more.
So seriously, you want to go check out the Hemingway e-bikes, HemingwayBike.com. You don't need to remember that. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com and click on the link. And now remember, now for a limited time, you can save $250 when you use a promo code Fanatic. So go to HemingwayBike.com or ebike.com.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't try to remember it. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com, click on the link. I'm telling you, check out the wide variety of bikes that they have. And I can't wait. One of these, I'm going to get me one.
I think all three of us should get one. Keon, you and I should get one.
Do we start our own?
Have our own biker gang.
Well,
maybe a rival biker gang to the Sons of Apathy.
I kind of like that because I don't know if I want to wear the assless chaps.
That's a good point. Yeah. Ralph, you want in on
Why
this?
wasn't I included on this?
Yeah, assless chaps.
So here's what it is. We can charge the bikes with our Harman solar panels.
There you go. Right. That's a good point right there. Yeah.
And so what we call ourselves, the Blender Boys. Is that what it is? The Blender
I don't
Boys.
know.
That doesn't sound good.
All right, Blender Avengers. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. But I'm telling you,
working title.
Thing is, if we have a rival bike gang against Radio Ron, he's going to take that as an excuse to walk in my office and sneak up behind me and crack a beer bottle over my head.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't know if I want that kind of smoke. So maybe we just join the Sons of Apathy, or maybe we get him to join our gang.
Yeah. Oh, that's even better.
Or we can't be in a gang unless we get the bikes.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to look into these Hemingway bikes. But I'll tell you, they're amazing pieces of engineering.
If he joins our gang, do we have to wear the assless chaps?
Have to.
Yeah. I say it as if it's a bad thing, right? I mean,
I don't know. We'll have to see what the initiations are like too.
Okay.
Dirty Donkey says we should call this the 1580 Riders. I think if it's this show, it should be the Blender something.
Blender Riders. The Blender Bad Boys. I like that one.
Is that even better?
Blender Bad Boys. The Triple B's. The Triple B's are coming for your assless chaps, Jack.
Easy on the
We're
ass.
coming for you, Jack.
Just maybe not that part. But just
taking you down.
We're gonna have to work on the slogan, I think. But anyways, go to 1580thefanatic.com. You'll see the Harman Solar link there to be a part of the fan pick'em contest for the weekly prizes, and you'll see the Hemingway bikes link there as well. 888-368-1580. So what do you say we get back into our NFL fan pick'em picks? Where were we? Okay, let's do this one just because it's fun to see Ralph squirm. All right, so the Los Angeles Raiders are 3-8.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with Matthew Stafford. Old skinny jeans senior took a helmet to the head.
It's more of a shoulder pad. Yeah.
Is Aaron Donald the one who's on the IR, or is it Von Miller?
It's Aaron Donald.
Well, they're both
Aaron
on the
Donald.
IR. Both, but they Von doesn't play for the Rams any longer.
Well, Aaron Donald does.
Yeah,
but not anymore because he's on the IR.
He's on the IR.
Yeah, so that ain't helping the cause.
Yeah.
I don't see a bounce back game for these Rams anytime soon. But then on the other side, you got Geno Smith. So is the Rams defense any good right now?
Obviously not.
It's an all right defense, but the problem is, their offense can't stand on the field. Like at some point, your defense has to get a break, and they don't get one.
I'm looking for any reason to pick the Rams, and I can't find a single one. I can't even be sure I want to play Higbee, even if he's a backup quarterback. I mean, oh God. Yeah, I got to go with Rainy City bitch pigeons on this one, guys. I'm sorry. It's just it's not that the Seahawks are so great. It's the Rams are just that bad right now, Randy.
Yeah, and I feel either way we go here, Ralph will he will inevitably crow because these are both his teams.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter which team wins. He'll just change his hat or his jersey.
You're like Two-Face in the Batman comics.
You see what I did there? He's probably got one of those jerseys that's cut down the middle, half Seahawk, half Ram. You see what I'm saying?
I think you're right.
So I don't know which way to go. I have to go with the odds. So I can
listen to your heart, Randy.
Win the pick here, and I've got to go with the Seattle Sea Chickens.
All right, Keon.
Same. The Seahawks are healthier, and they're running the ball well, and Geno's still playing well. Defense can still give up a lot of points, though, but not to these Rams. It's not going to happen.
All right, Ralph. So will your team beat your team? And really, I could mean either team. So
yeah. I feel slightly offended here. I'm not really sure I want to speak.
Slightly? We got to work harder at this, I guess.
Wait, you're not really offended? I don't think we've done our jobs.
I think there will be bitch pigeons everywhere on Sunday. They will destroy the LA Rams, who I've never liked and do not like.
Oh boy!
Don't understand where this stuff is coming.
Oh boy!
We do have pictures of you from February.
Video, pictures,
these are
audio.
These are doctored pictures with doctored audio.
Yeah.
And you will see the Seahawks will win this game. I think this is going to be 30. Fan. This is 35-14. This is going to be a blowout.
Wow!
Seahawks all the way. Blowout.
All right, so we all have picked the Seahawks, but do we all agree it'll be a blowout? I think it has honestly has potential.
No Aaron Donald, no Cooper Kupp. It could get ugly out there.
I think the final score in this will be 98-17.
Rams.
Sea Chickens.
All right. Well, we should have left that one for last, but evidently I screwed up. So we'll just talk about the other annoying ones. I've got the Vikings game and I got the 49ers game. Both have annoying fans, many of which who listen to this very program. Which game do we go with to talk about first? The Vikings game or the 49ers game?
Well, is Booger Wolf still listening?
Oh, yeah. He just says right here, Booger Wolf 4 minutes ago says, you know what happens when Randy rides a bike? Nasty corroded bag gets caught in the chains.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, he made a comment about my mom.
Yeah.
And her spaghetti. So
I think we have to go cover this Miami San Francisco game.
All right. Miami Dolphins taking on the San Francisco 49ers. This is actually looking out to be a good game, if we're honest. Tua and the Dolphins are legit and looking good. 49ers have righted their ship when they brought Garoppolo out of mothballs. But I don't know if that defense has what it takes to stand up to the onslaught of offense that's going to come from the Miami Dolphins. I'm going with the Dolphins. Keon, am I right?
You're right, because the Dolphins have weapons everywhere. It's Jalen Waddle. It's Tyreek Hill, and Tua's leading that passing attack. It's Mike Gesicki. I mean, they have so many different ways that they can score that even the best defenses really struggle to keep them in check for an entire football game. And I just think that the 49ers are so run heavy that if they fall behind, I don't know how you get back in front of a Miami Dolphins team that is throwing the football as well as they are right now.
All right, Randy, you say fishy, or 49er, nanger.
Well, since it's not actually in San Francisco, it's in the city of Santa Rosa is where the Levi's Stadium is. And Sunday, since it's going to be Sunday, they're calling for 70% chance of rain and 54 for the high. And since Tua Tagovailoa is coming off an ankle injury, which I don't think he's 100% back from, that makes me believe he's going to be throwing the football more than they're going to have a running game. So I would have to take, give me the Dolphins because I don't like San Francisco, and Booger Wolf is mean.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
He's
Ralph,
a mean-spirited San Francisco 49er fan.
I don't know that Tua Tagovailoa is. I thought you were going to say because he's Pacific Islander, he's not used to the cold weather of that area.
He played in Alabama. I don't think it really matters.
All right, so I really don't know what we're talking about anymore, but I do know Ralph will have either the Dolphins or the 49ers check marked. So which one do you got?
To me, a great defense will beat a great offense, and the Niners do not have a great defense. And I think that they will lose the game because, like you guys are all saying, Miami has a great offense, a lot of weapons, and I see them winning this game. So I'm going Miami.
Fine. Go ahead, Ralph. Just copy off our paper. That's cool.
I'm copied off your paper.
All right, so let's talk about the Great White North, the Minnesota Skull Vikings at home against the New York Jets. The New York Jets, boy, you just don't know what to make of them, man. I mean, 1 minute you're like, oh, there goes old MILF chaser, and he's not quarterback no more. So now you got this Mike White guy. So this isn't going to go well. Holy crap! It went really well. Mike White killed it. Maybe it was just that game. Maybe nobody had tape on him. The Vikings are due for a loss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of time the team is on a good roll. They're due, but I don't know if they're due to the Jets. The Jets are a confusing team right now. Not sure what to make of it. Randy, what do you think?
Well, I think that you're exactly right. I think the Vikings are due for a loss here. And I think if they play Mike White and he plays like anything like he did last week, this team, for whatever reason, is rallying around him and willing to go through a wall, walk on, flaming rocks for this guy, Mike White. So I'm going to take in the upset here. I'm going to take the Jets.
Tiger Paws says Ralph is putting out flake news, not fake news.
Flake news. Wow.
All right. So did I already ask Ralph?
No.
All right. Sorry. I haven't had any candy lately. All right. So Vikings or Jets, Ralph?
I just don't see how they're going to stop Jefferson. I mean, he's so impressive. That guy is just amazing. And I think Minnesota is going to win this game. I don't believe in Mike White. I do believe in Jefferson, and I think they win. I'm going Vikings.
Keon, what do you believe in?
I'm going Jets, and I'll tell you how they'll stop Justin Jefferson. His name is Sauce Gardner, and that dude is the truth. He doesn't. It's not just picking passes off. He's making it so you don't throw over there anymore. I don't have enough words to say about a guy who's a rookie playing that position and being that dominant in the league so
Definitely
far.
A lockdown guy.
The Jets have an elite defense. That is a Super Bowl caliber defense. It's the offense they've got to figure out. And Mike White's not a great quarterback, but Mike White will do what the coaches tell him to do. It's a 3-step drop, throw it to that guy. He'll do it. Zach Wilson holds onto the ball. He tries to make too many plays, and he actually causes himself a lot of trouble. And you know what? He's a horrible leader too.
And he's lost the locker room.
He completely lost the locker room. That's why they had to bench him. He wasn't hurt. He just didn't take responsibility for only scoring 3 points. I didn't let the defense down. We just didn't get into the end zone at all today. Like that kind of stuff can't go. And I think that with Mike White there, at least you have a guy who's going to do what he's supposed to do. And Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, some of these other weapons can start to come out and show what they can do for the Jets. I'm going to take them.
All right. Well, I'm taking the Vikings, even though Donnie can be very, very annoying. Bruno Baller makes a good point. He says, yeah, you said the Vikings are due for a loss, but then they just get their butts whipped by the Cowboys here a few weeks ago.
Yes.
I don't know if it was butt whipped, but
they got from the beginning. They got obliterated.
That was an
I
old
don't remember the score.
Kicking.
Oh,
it was something like 40-3 or something like that.
Even more reason I'll take the Vikings. Okay. Whatever works.
I mean, it was 40-3.
Now that you mention it. Oh, right.
Yes, 43, man.
Yeah.
When they go up against elite defenses.
I forgot.
It's Kirk Cousins there.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Cardinal Art says, how about you call yourself the Blender Benders or the Blenders E-Club? It's a bike gang. Yeah. Let's see. Good Cat says, the bike gang should be the Blender Badasses, the Blender Bros, Blender Bonanzas. I don't think we're going to call ourselves the Bonanzas. We're not going to all wear a bunch of cowboy hats. That'd
Why
be
not?
Weird.
Why not? Ashless chaps and cowboy hats.
Well, I mean, those go together.
I mean, come on.
True. The Berg says, go Patriots, suck it, Boogie, fire Big George.
Wow. Wow. A lot of anger.
All right, we'll get caught up with you guys. Well, no, it's time for your fantasy football questions. Rosalie Michaels up next, Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Here's to Prilosec OTC. Without Prilosec, I wouldn't be able to enjoy all this yummy holiday food. Speaking of whoever made that apple pie, delicious. I just take one pill each morning and zero heartburn all day. So cheers to Prilosec OTC. Ooh, are those jalapeno poppers?
Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid that can cause heartburn, so you can enjoy the holidays. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears radio show, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. I am here today to make the statement that just because we're in a bear market does not mean that you have to be losing money. Just like Michael Burry and Warren Buffett, bear markets should be where real generational wealth is created. But most will follow the same broken strategy that lost them in the last bear market. We are inviting you to come to an intensive 3-day trading and investing class where we will show you the trading and investing strategies of the market wizards. This class is typically $299, but right now, for 66% off, you can join us in this class. Just call 8448-TRADER. That's 8448-87-2337 and tell the operator you want the $99 3-day class, or text $99 to 25029. That's $99 to 25029.
Jamie's log, Progressive, the Harrington's backyard, day 4, 2:18 a.m. I've been camping outside the Harrington house for 4 days now, proving that Progressive has 24/7 protection. Mr. Harrington says I don't need to do this since Progressive protects 24/7 is a pretty easy concept to grasp, but I'm going to stay and prove my point. Besides, there's a big tree branch over the roof, and I think it's planning something.
Progressive doesn't just offer a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, just not literally from Jamie. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Homeowners age 62 and older, now is time to act. This is Rob Kane, your retirement mortgage specialist and host of the Retire Right with Reverse Rob show on 1510 KFNN. Yes, listing prices are down, but home values still remain at very high levels. Don't wait to learn more about the new and improved home equity conversion mortgage. This is a safe and proven coordinated strategy in retirement, which will improve your monthly cash flow, lower your tax liabilities, and make your retirement portfolio last longer. Call me today, Reverse Rob, at 602-REVERSE, or on the web at www.reverserob.com.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K2.1 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White, alongside Ralph. They got Keon Rose in the control room. And now we've got fantasy girl Rosalie Michaels joining us to answer your fantasy football questions. That's right. Just give us a text, 888-368-1580 on the Fanatic text line as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I'm excited about this week because I'm not playing Rosalie this week. And now I can ask her some fantasy football questions.
Oh, boy.
I have a few.
Oh, boy.
And again, when we ask you our fantasy football questions, you're more than welcome to ask us.
Yeah. I'm more than welcome to ask you.
Yeah.
Well, apparently I need to after my blunder at tight end last week that allowed you to beat me. So it was, to be fair, what I did was I listened to somebody else. And I have learned my lesson not to listen to somebody else. I had Hayden Hurst in there, and then there was a little bit of hype around Logan Thomas, and I fell for it. I fell for the hype, and I should have gone with my gut instinct because then it would not have mattered, and I would have won. And you with your Zay Jones and Miles Sanders coming out of the freaking woodwork.
Yeah, I know, right? I've never been luckier, but I will say, waiver wire work right there. That Zay Jones with 30 points was a bigger deal than Miles Sanders. Even I got it. I had no business winning that game. The entire time, it made the game more exciting for me. I don't know what it did for you. Because I just never thought there was a chance. Never thought there was a chance.
Well, here's what happened. I'm all snug as a bug in a rug in my little bed. I'm getting ready for night time. I got a text from O'Brien going, "Holy
No, I did not. I said crap. I said crap.
It was something along those lines. And I'm like, oh no. I was not even paying attention to it. Because I was like, got it wrapped up. This is no problem.
I told you, Jeffrey.
Freaking
I
Miles
should have never posted
Sanders.
that. I should have never posted that message. That would have been like the next day she'd wake up and go, what? That would even be better. Well, but that's behind us, and I'm not going to rub your nose in it because I know that I got damn lucky on that one. But will you still give some good advice to me? I'm playing Randy, and I know you like Randy more than you like me. Can you at least still give me some good advice, or should I not trust you this week either?
No. You can trust me. But here's the thing. I like Randy more than most people. So don't feel bad about that. Right. So Randy's one of my favorite people on the planet. So, but yes, I will give you both very, very solid advice. I will not sway either of you wrong.
Hey, Randy, what the hell's going on over there with your Christmas music?
I can't.
Is that your phone?
Yeah, it just started playing. It won't stop.
But just turn the volume down on it.
I've tried.
That reminds me, and I know we've told this story before, of the listener who went to a funeral and then the Fanatic app just started playing from their phone, and it was us on the Daily Blender making all sorts of silly fart jokes or something, and it kept going off during the funeral. It's like, why didn't you just turn the volume down?
Wow.
So
yeah.
All right.
That makes sense.
We have a limited amount of time, so let's get our personal questions out of the way. I can already see the text line is loading up with questions for Rosalie. So I will try not to go too crazy here. I don't like to give multiple players, but on this one I kind of have to because I got the Saquon Barkley, I got the Miles Sanders, but I also have Leonard Fournette sitting there. Leonard Fournette going up against the Saints, and he's had some injuries and also some competition injuries as well. Out of those three, am I safer with Barkley and Sanders in the lineup, or do I need to work Fournette in there somehow?
Well, Barkley is obviously a no-brainer, and it's a great matchup for him. I like Fournette's positioning a little bit better. With New Orleans, they do give up a good amount of fantasy points. Not fantasy points, but rushing yards a game to the running back position. But Fournette's real value is in the pass game.
Right.
When he's in the game, Tom Brady is looking to throw it to him. Brady trusts the ball in Fournette's hands. The question is, how much is he going to be in the game? But on the other end, you have the same situation with Philly going against Tennessee. Tennessee is really, really good against the run. 84 rushing yards a game, give up the third least amount of fantasy points to the running back position. And so, that you're going to get a lot of Jalen Hurts in that game, but I don't think you're going to get a lot of Miles Sanders. I think that last week was an outlier. I think you are a little less risky with Fournette because of the pass catching upside. Just keep an eye on him, make sure that he's definitely starting because there's still some question. I haven't seen that he's been, completely cleared to play.
All right. So Fournette over Sanders. And I guess the only other question I have is, I got the Buccaneers defense, but I also have the Commandos defense. And I feel, again, the same reason why maybe you'd want to play Fournette, you might still want to play the Tampa Bay defense against the Saints. But the Commanders defense has been doing pretty good, and Daniel Jones is not unflappable. Which direction would you go with that defense?
I think I'd still go Tampa Bay defense against it. I think it's, you look at both of those games, they both have an over-under of 40.5. So not expected to be a high, scoring games, either of them. which one is going to be more prone to turnovers, I think that's going to be New Orleans. So that's where I'd lean. Both of them, not great matchups, really, honestly, with either. But New Orleans, they do turn the ball over quite a bit. So I'm leaning Tampa Bay because of that.
All right. And the last one, just real quick, you don't even need to explain Higbee or Fant for tight end. Because you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. I think, the Rams offense, I think you got to go Higbee, even though he's been, there hasn't been a lot of usage of him and we don't know, quarterback situation, what's going on there. But at least with the Seahawks, they do give up the most fantasy points to the tight end position. So I think you've got more chance of scoring with Higbee than you do with Fant this week.
All right. Well, Randy, since I'm playing you, it's your turn.
Well, I just have one question. I'm dead as far as running backs go, but as far as tight end go, I have three options. I'm starting Tyler Conklin, or I have Will Dissly or Hunter Henry. What's your recommendation, Rosalie?
With Dissly, Henry, or Conklin?
Tyler Conklin.
I'm gonna go Conklin.
All right.
I'm gonna go Conklin on that. Yep.
All right.
I have a question. Have you actually even ever heard of Conklin? Because I haven't.
Yes. I'm surprised you don't have a nickname for him yet. That's right up your alley.
Well,
the Conklin.
We'll see how the game goes. I'm sure I'll come up with something. How about you, Ralph? You're playing this week too.
I was thinking about your alley and Conklin, and I got confused. I have Mixon, who I'm hoping is not hurt, and if not, I have Pacheco behind him. So I really don't. I mean, have you heard anything about Mixon at all? I mean,
I haven't. Again, on Thursdays, the hard part is that you just don't have any kind of clear cut answer yet. It's my latest thing that I saw was that he is making his way through the protocol, but that he hasn't cleared it yet.
Right.
So I think you'll know as of probably tomorrow if he's in or out. So I think you've got some time. Obviously, if Mixon plays, you play him. Yeah. That's just not a question. So
hey, tell Nick to quit playing with his chew toy so loud. What the hell is that?
My poor geriatric dog. She is downstairs and I am upstairs, and she does not like to be where I am not. And she was napping when I came up. She's 16 and a half years old. She can't climb up the stairs by herself anymore.
Oh. All right. Keon, do you have any questions for Rosalie before we go to the text line?
I do. Two very quick questions.
Okay.
First off, Brian Robinson was awesome last week, so I'm thinking about putting him in. And Alvin Kamara's matchup is rough, to say the least. So, who should I go there, Robinson or Kamara?
Robinson or Kamara? I mean, Robinson's matchup is really, really good. So it's hard not to, to do that. I mean, it seems like it's pretty much an even split back there, but Robinson doesn't get any of the pass catching, really. The pass catching is mostly going to Antonio Gibson. Last week, yeah, he did have 2 catches for a touchdown, so that was helpful. So I think I'm going Robinson just because of the matchup. Kamara obviously gets the pass catching as well. It's a tough matchup for him. He was my don't start last week for good reason, and he really did underperform there. Gosh, that's a really tough one there, because you've got Kamara, who pretty much has the backfield to himself in a really tough situation, and then Robinson, who is sharing the backfield. So let me go Kamara there, just because I think you're going to have a little bit more opportunity. And the matchup is really, quite honestly, about equal for both.
Coming to us live from the Arizona Humane Society, that's Fantasy Girl Rosalie Michaels.
Sorry, guys.
Swazman.
She's deaf, so she can't hear me either.
Swazman says, hey, Rosalie, thanks for all the FF advice. I'm pretty sure that means fantasy football.
I think so.
2, Singletary tonight or Williams and Sanders on Sunday, running backs?
I do Williams and Sanders. Singletary is going to be a tough matchup against New England tonight.
There you go, Swazman. Swave Dave says, hey, Rosalie, should I play Justin Fields or Geno Smith this week?
Oh, You know, it's hard not to play Justin Fields. If Justin Fields plays, you play him simply because of the rushing upside. Passing against Green Bay is pretty tough. They're actually really good against the pass game, but they give up 154 rushing yards per game, 7th most fantasy points to the running back position, which I know, obviously we know Fields is a combo of both. So I like both David Montgomery and Justin Fields if Justin Fields plays. Geno's not a bad start if Fields is out, though.
All right, Big George says, hello, Rosalie. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Question, would you start Tyler Algier, Cam Akers, or Curtis Samuel, standard scoring league, flex position?
Oh, interesting. So Curtis Samuel, no, not going to go with that. He's not getting the love that he needs to there on the Commanders. I do kind of like, who was the first running back you just said? Sorry.
Algier?
No, the second one.
Let's see, Akers or Samuel?
Cam Akers. Cam Akers is intriguing to me. After they, all the drama that was happening with the Rams and that running back position, and then they released Darrell Henderson, that tells me a lot. Kyren Williams obviously is getting some love, but with Cam Akers, with that matchup that he has is pretty good against the Seahawks. They give up a lot of rushing yards, and I think he could get a touchdown out of there as well. So I'm going to go Cam Akers, believe it or not.
All right. Screaming Eagle says, hello, Fanatic and Rosalie. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I have a conundrum. I need one wide receiver. Donovan Peoples-Jones, Darius Slayton, or Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Oh, DPJ has been really interesting to me because he's been getting a good amount of targets, but there's a quarterback change, and it's a tough matchup against Houston. Houston's terrible against the run, but pretty good against the wide receiver position. So I'm going to go MVS in what's going to be a high-scoring game.
And also, he wants to know Steelers defense or Buffalo Bills defense.
Steelers defense or Bills defense? I'd go Bills defense tonight.
All right. Fecal Mist says, I'm 6-6 and I need a win. I need one of these: CMC, Brian Robinson, or Bam Knight.
Wait, how is CMC even a question? It's CMC. It's always CMC. Save yourself some heartache. Always CMC.
Yeah. There you go, Fecal Mist. Boogie says, suck it, Berg. And I think the bike gang should be called the Blender Cheeks. No, you're not in the gang. Oaktown Destroyer says, I've got Leonard Fournette, Devin Singletary, and Nick Chubb. Which two should I go with?
Well, you're definitely doing Chubb. The only problem I have with Chubb this week is we probably are going to see, Watson vulture some of those goal line touchdowns, but it's still a fantastic matchup for him. So Nick Chubb and Leonard Fournette again for the pass catching upside.
All right, dropping the soap says Rosalie, Trevor Lawrence or Dak Prescott, or is that just like a push?
Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has a great matchup against Detroit. You know what I say? Start everybody against Detroit. And he's had a number of 3 weeks of really great numbers, and even against, worse defenses. Better defenses. Sorry. So yeah, I like Trevor Lawrence this week, believe it or not.
All right, let's see. Jagdog says, hello, Rosalie. I am somehow still in first place after losing Ertz, Edwards, Allaire, and Cup, and Mitchell. He says, anybody on waivers worth a crap this week, or should I just start drinking?
It just is. It depends on. I don't know what your waiver looks like, but yeah, some of these rookie wide receivers that are catching a bid, those are the guys you want to look for. Running backs, it's a little bit harder, but some of those wide receivers, look at your waiver wire. Is there a Christian Watson's available? Is there a Garrett Wilson available? They still are available in some leagues. So without seeing your wire, I'd look at some of those rookie wide receivers that are catching bids. George Pickens is another one.
Another, because I end up on the waiver wire quite a bit because it seems like I'm a magnet for hurting players.
Injuries.
Right.
Yeah.
And I actually have pretty good success on the waiver. And here's the advice I've been given people who ask, and that is when you look at them, don't look at them for season stats. Don't look at them for projected stats. Always look at last 2 weeks, last 4 weeks. Try to see where they are in a trend. Are they on the up or are they on down? Because if you go with just the accumulative, You might see they had one game and they were huge and a bunch of other games where they weren't. And you're going after a guy who's probably not going to get the ball. I love it when I see 3-4 games in a row recent where they've had 10 points, 11 points, 10 points, 12 points. At least that's going to get you something. Consistency does mean something when you're playing the fantasy football. And when you're working the waiver wire and you're like, oh God, you probably won't have tons to pick from, but at least maybe that'll help you find somebody worth it. And I mean, go deep, go down the list, go down all the players so you see some sort of good pattern that might make sense for you. And maybe though, like you Rosalie said, you get lucky and there's somebody great just sitting out there that nobody else has thought of. So
keep an eye on matchups. If someone's playing the Texans, someone's playing the Lions, you know, that's a really good that's a really good spot.
It still echoes in my brain where Rosalie was at least used to say, if they're playing the Jets. I mean, I remember that. Who is that team this year?
Now it's Detroit. It's Detroit.
Is Detroit? Is it also the Texans?
No, because the Texans only in the run game. In the run game, then it's the Texans. So it's Detroit everywhere. It's the run game for the Texans. You know, it's the pass game for. Let me see. Who's the pass game really, really great for? Well, it's Detroit. Keeps coming to mind. But yeah, Detroit's been the people that I've been targeting. Green Bay's, anybody that's running against Green Bay, also a really great matchup. Anybody running against Cleveland is a great matchup. So there's a lot of good matchups out there, but the consistency. Atlanta's a pretty good matchup too from the pass game perspective. So.
Yeah, and sometimes though you just steer into it and realize it's not your year. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it feels like that for me this year.
Well, you never know. As long as you're within that playoff run, there's still a chance. So let's take a break, and we come back. More of your guys' questions on the text line for Fantasy Girl Rosalie Michaels. All your fantasy football questions answered right here before Thursday Night Football, 888-368-1580. And we'll be back with more of the Daily Blender after this on 1580 The Fanatic.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One. NFL Week 13 kicks off with AFC East action on Thursday Night Football. Josh Allen and the Bills are 8-3 and on a 2-game winning streak. Now they face a 6-5 Patriots team very much alive in the division race. Join us on air and on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone for Buffalo at New England on Thursday Night Football.
Right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
When a cold comes on strong, knock it out with Vicks DayQuil Severe for max strength daytime relief. Just one dose of Vicks DayQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Power through your day with Vicks DayQuil Severe, the daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to none medicine. Use as directed.
O'Reilly.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and reduce friction and wear. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $33.99. Try Syntec today, exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Start NFL Week 13 off right with a no-sweat same-game parlay from FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or already have an account, you'll get free bets back if your Thursday night same-game parlay doesn't hit. NFL same-game parlays are the perfect way to combine your bets for a chance at an even bigger payday. Build your own or choose from one of the popular same-game parlays pre-built for you in FanDuel's top-rated sportsbook app. Just sign up with promo code DALE1580 if you don't already have an account. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You must be 21 or older, present in Arizona, 3+ legs, minimum $1 bet required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet $5. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Hey, remember how 20 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, now it's the future, and I used all those savings to buy this new hologram phone because, it's the future and everything is holograms now.
So switch to Progressive and save big because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
The Fanatic.
Dave Linder here on 1580, The Fanatic. And because I'm a good pal, Randy has another question about his fantasy football lineup. Go ahead, Randy. Let's do this quick and get back to the listeners.
Well, Rosalie, I have this quandary. I've got Devin Singletary, and I didn't have a really strong bench of running backs. I picked up JaMycal Hasty off the waiver wire. I'm thinking about putting JaMycal Hasty in for Devin Singletary.
The thing that I worry about with JaMycal Hasty is he really going to get the carries? It was kind of a strange split last week in that Jacksonville backfield, but I do like the matchups for them against Detroit. Say it again, start everybody against Detroit, and JaMycal's getting the pass catching. So I don't hate it. Just don't drop anyone that you want to keep.
No, I could move JaMycal Hasty to my flex and move Jeff Wilson up to running back, and I think that might give me the best option to beat Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson's got a really, really tough matchup this week. San Francisco is tough, really tough. Like 79 rushing yards a game, the least amount of fantasy points to the running back position. Yeah. I've got Jeff Wilson in another league too, and it's just like, he's been really, really good.
I just don't have anybody else to put in.
It's going to be bad. I think I'd go Devin Singletary and JaMycal Hasty over Jeff Wilson there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
There you go.
No problem.
So now it's back to the fourth dimension, and let's see who has the question now. Good Cat says, wait, is it Ralph? You look like maybe you had another question.
No, I don't. I'm good.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, though.
It looks like you want to make some snarky comments here and there, though.
I always want to make snarky comments, but I'm holding back.
Do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, not about you. Trust me. It's about them. But go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Bring it. Good Cat says, is Mixon worth the start this week? Well, the bigger question is Mixon going to start this week?
Yeah. He's worth the start if he starts. If he starts, you start him. That's just, there's certain people that there's no question about, even if, the matchup is bad, which this matchup isn't bad. It's
except
not
for you, Ralph.
Fantastic. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad. So yeah, if Mixon starts, you're starting him. Period.
All right. Pinocchio says, Rosalie, just want to say thanks for your guidance on picking the correct Moore twin and 49ers defense. Yes. That was greatly appreciated.
Yeah, DJ Moore went off for you, and I'm happy that worked out.
All right, here comes Booger Wolf. Says, who you got, Rosie? It's Rosalie. It's not Rosie. Tua against the best defense in the league, or Trevor Lawrence in a meaningless game against the Lions?
Trevor Lawrence, I already told you why I love him this week.
Nice try, Booger Wolf. And I'm not saying go Niners. Hefty Lefty says, okay, let's see here. Half PPR, Olive versus Patterson in the flex. So,
versus
Olave
Patterson?
or Patterson?
You got to go Olave. Yeah, you got to go Olave.
Why don't more people just call him Olave?
Oil of Olave.
Yeah.
That's how his family's name is pronounced.
It sounds weird. I don't like it.
Money. You can make money.
I don't like it. Yeah, I know. Patterson's. I don't hate Patterson against Pittsburgh. The problem that what I do hate is the inconsistency in touches back there with those Atlanta running backs. It's like 4 of them that are involved each week. I mean, last week they simmered it down a little bit, but it still wasn't enough to really give somebody an upside there. So, yeah, I'm still going Olave.
And then also asked in the half PPR, Kmet or Hurst?
Kmet or Hurst?
Yeah. I figured if you can pronounce the other one with a K, I'd do that one with Hurst too.
Yeah, I'd go Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst. There you go. Let's see. Shooter McGavin says Kamara, Sanders, or Pacheco.
Kamara, Sanders, or Pacheco. I'm going to go Pacheco. I think he's got a better upside against Cincinnati. It's going to be a really high-scoring game, so I think he's going to have more opportunity.
Fecal Mist is back, says Lamar or Dak?
I do not like Lamar's matchup. He's injured too, so I'm going Dak. It's not a great matchup for Dak against Indy. They're actually pretty good against the pass. So, but I'm still going Dak over Lamar. I think it's going to be tough on Lamar this week.
So here's the good news. Anytime the Cowboys, go 3 and out, the Colts will just give it right back to him with a fumble. So it's going to be okay for Dak. He'll have plenty of opportunities.
Fine. It's all fine.
Jagdog says Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson. Well, see, that's interesting because some people don't care that Deshaun Watson is an absolute scumbag who's horrible to women. And so, they've kept him on their bench, Rosalie. And I wonder, are you playing him this week, Rosalie?
I am playing him this week.
So
if you look at my little lineup there, Kyler Murray's on a bye, so that made that decision easy for me. I also have Kirk Cousins, but the matchup for Kirk Cousins is pretty terrible against the Jets. The Jets are really good. Their defense is playing really, really well. Whereas in the past, I've always been like, hey, start everybody against the Jets. Not so this year, friend. So I am starting Deshaun Watson versus his old team. Yeah. I love a good narrative there. So
it's not even just the narrative. It's going to be a bleep stomp because look at the Texans. My God. God.
Yeah.
So actually, Jagdog's question was Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson, but I think we already know now where you're going with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a risk because anytime you don't start Lamar Jackson, it's a risk. But it's really bad. And so I'm not sure if he's even. So let's go with Deshaun Watson.
We're all just gonna have to imagine what she said there with her phone breaking up like it was. I have no idea.
Sorry, I was smacked my hand. Can you?
Hey, somebody at Cricket Wireless is got a beef with what you're doing there. I think.
Wow.
Are you gonna move your phone around or do something there? Let's see here if we can get this next one. Cardinal Art says, Rosalie, do you think I should pick up Kwame Lassiter Jr. as a rookie wide receiver? And if I do, will he get snaps?
No, don't do it. I don't even know what you.
I feel like that was just a bad joke. Maybe I should have pre-read that one. The rest of you, if you did not get your questions asked, well, find her on the Twitterverse at Rosalie Michaels and ask your question right there. So, maybe she'll answer you. Maybe she won't. I mean, I don't know. Depends on her mood. I don't know.
She'll answer.
She'll find you at Rosalie Michaels on the Twitterverse. So, all right, everybody, coming up next, Thursday night football. It's going to be the Bills and the Patriots. And God knows what's going to happen. Maybe it'll be a good game. But, I'm hoping for a stomp. Anyways, we'll see you guys in your radios again at 3 p.m. tomorrow. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Good night, everybody.
This is Brian Musburger, and you're tuned